Recording in progress.
There we go. Right, we good to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, all good.
Okay. Right, we're here for a new episode of the Who Art Thou podcast. It's the end of the year, so we're going to be going through our favorite albums. And thankfully, I'm going to be joined not by more people than just myself, because I'd hate to do this on my own, with Zac. Zac,
Hey,
welcome back.
What's up?
And Jack McBain, the music journalist who's been helping me over the past month with a few episodes. Thank you, Jack, for coming on.
No problem. Pleasure as always.
So basically what we're going to do first, we'll go through our honorable mentions first, and then we'll go each through our picks.
What a year.
What a year. It's been a
What a
fantastic year.
tremendous year for music. That's what I'd like to start with.
Yeah, I love hearing other people's album of the years, and I'm kind of like, oh, yeah, it's a real time to judge people. I don't know about you.
Oh, baby, let's go.
Well, you'll be happy to know, like, as I was saying to Zac before we started recording, I'm not picking any metal ones on this list, because the last time myself and Zac did these episodes, I would always have a metal pick on it, and I can see the listenership just drop to 0 and then wait to Zac's turn and start again. So there's a separate episode for the metal episodes, for the metal ones. Unless you want to listen to Pissgrave, do you?
You always reel me in with the names like Pissgrave.
I don't believe him. I've stopped believing him that these are real bands. I feel like he's getting more and more extreme as episodes gone, and then by the end of it, I don't know what the bands are going to be called, because I've stopped believing that these are real bands. I find it hard.
Hey, you guys ever listen to Dick Spinter?
I bet you that's the name of the band. But yeah, Pissgrave, Malignant Worthlessness is the name of the album.
You can look up Dick Splinter if you want, but I don't want to see the results of
You guys listen to Existential Bread?
Right, well, I'll go through my honorable mentions. I'm going to just mention a few Irish artists that I personally really like their stuff. Starting with Male, Something Soft. Thought that was a fantastic album. Cruel Sister, A Corpse is Talking. Scuston's Confessions of a Pub Talker. D. Cullen's City Soundscapes. Somebody's Child, When Youth Fades Away. That was a fantastic album. Did you listen to Keane's new album? Nope.
Sorry, Keane. I love you, Keane.
Curfew's Black Doll Eyes, New Dad Alter, Big Pig 1111, and then Skinner New Wave Vaudeville, which you played on, Zac.
I did.
You did. And then Nerves. I don't know how do you pronounce the Nerves EP? Is it I've rocked?
Wait, show me again.
Oh, I think I have it spelled wrong. Apologies, members of Nerves. But
Sorry, Kyle.
there it is. Eva rocked.
Yar-
I fucking
Yar
should know. I
rocked.
interviewed
Yar rocked.
Yarrocked. I interviewed him
Yacht rock.
about the fucking about that EP.
Yacht rock.
And then Bucket's Muck. And then I said Curfew's Black Doll Eyes. And then I think that's it. I don't think I'm missing any other Irish band's album that came out this year.
Oh,
I was like, wait a minute. He's looking at me. That means something.
Sprints, obviously.
Ah.
All that is over.
goes without
Of
saying.
course. Yeah. Who wants to go next?
Are we just doing Irish honorable mentions first, or?
Oh, sorry. If I'm going to list other ones, Aya Hext, which was like kind of a South London EDM punk album. I quite liked experimental EDM. It was a fucking mad album. Perfume Genius Glory, Viagra Boys,
Yep.
Lambrini Girls Who Let the Dogs Out. Wet Legs album, I forget what that's called. Japanese Breakfast from
Moisturizer.
Moisturizer, that's it, yeah. Japanese Breakfast from Melancholy Brunettes and Sad Women. I thought that was great. And Tyler the Creator, Don't Tap the Glass.
Oh, yeah.
It was a
That
great album.
good.
But that was one of the ones I was saying, like, I felt that album kind of came and went, Jack. I don't know if
Yeah,
you agree.
massively. But there was no rollout for it. It was one of them that just happened whilst he was
Yeah.
touring the other album. So, yeah, I didn't mind it. I was really not impressed by his last one, Chromacopia. And then I went to see the tour in Arena. It was terrible.
Oh, no.
You thought the show was terrible. You're the only person I've heard say that show was bad.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just a reason. I've seen him tour Flower Boy, and it was very good. But yeah, that show was terrible. I really didn't enjoy it.
Wow.
Fair enough.
I never saw him on the Chromacopia tour. I really liked that album. I don't know if it's my favorite of his, but I did really enjoy it. Certain moments of it I thought were amazing, like that Darling
Yeah.
Eye, and there's another song as well.
That's a
The one
good
with
song.
Lola Young on it.
Which
Lola Young sings on one of the songs.
that's what's it called, like Balloon or something, or Block?
Yeah.
No,
Can't
it's
remember.
not Balloon. That's Doja.
Because I remember he did a really weird thing when he released that album where none of the features were listed for the first week.
I mean,
You have to
rappers
wait.
are doing that in general now. Really, that's a kind of
Is that a new thing? Is it?
well, the
I think
big,
a few
yeah,
years.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I never
the
knew that.
big,
I'm
the
so out
big
of the
rappers.
game.
Anyway. Yeah, the big rappers are doing that, and it kind of adds to it. I kind of enjoy it in a way. Like there's
It's kind of like an Easter egg hunt thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You're looking for like where's the little who's that? That sounds like them. Is it them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you can get it massively wrong as well. I know Andre
And
3000 used to show up on a lot of albums back in the day, and he's just his voice to me anyway just sounded different every time. When I was like
Yeah.
14, listening to Travis Scott, I'd be like, what the fuck is that? Like, oh, the hey guy.
Or it's always like, is that Frank Ocean? And it's like, actually it's
No.
not. But sometimes it is, but most of the time it's not. It's someone trying to sound like Frank Ocean.
Which there are many. Who wants to go now with their honorable mentions? I'm all done. I'm all spent.
Jack.
Okay.
I'm still writing mine.
So if we're going Irish, I don't know. I have a good few Irish, obviously Sprints. I'm going to say get that out before.
You don't have to. If you like it, say it.
For Those I Love album, Carving the Stone, really enjoyed that. Not as good as the first album, I don't think, but still very good. One of the Yard EP I have here is the self-titled. I know there was one or two, but that one in particular, I really enjoyed. We're doing Irish. I'm not sure if the Makeshift Art Bar EP was really late 2024 or early 2025, but I really enjoyed that. I think they have been one of my favorite discoveries of this year. 10 Hail Marys EP that came out again 3rd of January.
Last year.
It was 3rd of January. So I mean,
was it? Oh,
yeah. I really like 10 Hail Marys. I think they're good, very solid indie band. Skinner album as well. Really enjoyed that. Was that 24, 25?
20, it was this year.
Murder Capital's album, again, another one that I think was very early on in the year. And then Olan Monk is another one I think I spoke about on the last episode. I've been really enjoying at the moment. But yeah, they're my Irish picks.
Sick.
Do you want to go Irish, Zach, or will I?
I didn't think about the country as such. I just kind of just wrote down a bunch of albums I really liked.
Yeah, the brief was it. The brief
but
was
if I was to look at the Irish ones, there's one that came out like 3 days ago. Dove Ellis, Blizzard. Has anyone listened to that?
That's great.
It's
I have heard
amazing.
that. It's great. Yeah.
This guy just came out of nowhere, hit me in the
I think I
face
saw
with
it
his
on-
emotions.
I saw on Reddit, like, indie artist or something like that. It was posted, and I was just like, "What the fuck's this?"
Yeah, I missed him at Other Voices as well. Jack managed to get into the church to see him play, and he was like, "It's the closest to Jeff Buckley I've ever been."
I didn't realize that was an Irish artist because maybe I have completely wrong. Did he support Geese?
And I think they're supporting Geese in the next tour, and I think they already had. I imagine they must be mates or something. I don't know. They must have met somewhere or something, because I don't understand. Like this, they've kind of just seemingly, from my perspective, just kind of come out of nowhere in the last like 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden I'm just enamored with this.
You can say the same for Geese.
See, I've been listening to them for a lot. I've been listening to them since what? Projector was like 2021, which was okay. But anyway, we'll talk.
They're bound to come up eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure someone's gonna. Warsaw 480 kilometers by Pot Pot. Have you listened to that?
I haven't listened to that.
Irish band. I think they're based in Lisbon, but they're it's
it's
kind of like
Pot.
real like psyche kind of krautrock. Pot. Is there?
I seen them at Ireland Music Week this year. Very kind of dancey. They supported someone in Button Factory. So I can't remember if I seen them, but yeah, they've been on my radar. I haven't listened to that now, but live they were very impressive.
It's really good. It's a real vibe, and it's really, it kind of reminds me of like a bit like the, I don't know, alternative music from the 60s and 70s, but a little bit more modern, like Velvet Underground and all the outsider stuff.
Alternative bands were going in the 60s.
Yeah, Velvet Underground and everything like that kind of that world of music, I would say.
I was just thinking of Proto Crows. No, Proto Goths.
Who else? Adore Biter EP was great fun.
Yeah, that was great.
Love that. And of course, very narrowly missed my top 2 albums. But in my heart, it's always there. CMAT, Euro Country.
Oh, I'm surprised I didn't mention that. I was actually listening to that today.
It's amazing. The only reason I think it's not in my like top 2 is because instrumentally, I'm more into the other things as well as the lyrics. Whereas like the songwriting of that album and again, it sounds great or whatever. It's just I get you. It's just not like necessarily my like most exciting type of music, but I
Mm.
fucking love it all the same. Like the quality of the writing and the melodies and everything about it is just.
What's mad is like I never really paid her. I knew she was good. I always knew she was good, and I always knew she was. I love seeing her in interviews and stuff like that. But like I never was like, oh, CMAT, an artist for myself. And then Jack, when we were at All Together Now, I think it was after the Makeshift Art Bar interview or something. She was playing, and I was with Aaron from Skinner, and he was just like, "Are you not watching CMAT?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm."
It was clashing with Enola Gay. That's
what it was, clashing with Enola Gay, yeah. And I was like, and I was very badly sunburned, and I was like, I don't know if I want to stand out in the sun watching it. And then I think I found myself, I was watching it, and then just found myself I'd watched the whole set. I was like, this is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm annoyed I missed it now. I was nearly thinking on Friday, I was like, I might see if I can get a cheap resale to go and see it. I didn't end up going, but again, it's not really my lane in terms of music, but I'd love to see her live. I'd really like to see her live. I feel like
she's brilliant. She is brilliant. She's one of the best performers. Like I'm doing another list episode with Gav Purcell about her favorite live gigs, and she's on it for sure. She's unbelievable live. Yeah.
She's also incredibly funny.
She's hilarious.
Yeah.
Did you see her on the toy show?
I've seen her a few times this summer, and like every time, yeah.
She must have
just laughing to herself the whole time.
It must have been some race from Triarena to RTE. Like, well, I don't know, because she was the last. Like, I know I never watched the toy show, but I watched it this year because I was doing nothing else.
I watched it this year. It was fucking.
You never watched the toy show? Am I the only one who watches the toy show?
I hadn't watched it since your man was the host.
Yeah, same.
Patrick.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, he's only done it twice.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it the new though, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was good, but Tuberty had that kind of like manic thing about him where it's like, you can tell he didn't like kids. Yeah. He needed something to get him through being, you know.
Do you remember Pat Kenny would literally tell the kids to shut up?
You can't get away with that now, you know what I mean? It's like,
Laura Croft. He's like, stop to. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Laura Croft. Well, that's a classic.
The best is, do you want to become a dancer? Do you remember? I'm not even going to repeat it because it is very racist, but it's something he said involving New York dancers on the Late Late Show. Tony Cantwell took the piss out of it, and one of it is very funny.
There's also the bit where he was like, mattress. He called mattress Mick Mattress.
Did you ever see the lad that just came up on there? He's like, and now on to, and then just this man just comes up and he goes, it's like you and somebody else, you and Gay Byrne are nothing but a shower of wankers. And he just goes,
oh yeah, that's a classic. Yeah. Arsehole.
And then it's just like, we're very sorry for that rude interruption by that man. Anyway, because we don't want to get too sidetracked because we'll be here all night. But
regular
Jack,
honorable mentions.
Regular honorable mentions. Well, that sounds bad. Regular.
Is Irish music not regular?
No, I hadn't thought about it. I had just had one list. I didn't have it like in my head. I didn't think what's Irish, what's not.
If I was doing my regular, so narrowly missing out.
The racist door.
The Viagra Boys album, like that was really close.
Brilliant, yeah.
Just, I mean, continuing on from Cave World, kind of hard to top that, but they did a damn good job. Then another one that is the case of I went to see a band and really appreciate their album was Model Actress album, Pirouette. I don't know if you've heard that. Seeing them live, and I was really like, they're my top listen to artists this year, a band this year, and I didn't expect it really. I thought it'd be one of the bands in my top two, but yeah, seeing them live really just, you know, they're incredible. The Wet Leg album, Moisturizer, really enjoyed that. Had no interest in Wet Leg until this year, just never got into them, and then heard this album and was like, fucking hell, this is amazing. Like, where is this, you know, where they've been my whole life. To get a bit of rap in the SD Kid album, Rebel. I mean, I think
explain to me what SD Kid is. I don't know, because you're smiling when you said it, so it's obviously something very strange.
It's the Scouse guy that people think is.
Oh, the Scouse guy,
yeah.
Oh, I love the Scouse accent.
Yeah, it works, and like it works really well, the music. And then Deftones album, brilliant. Spoken for it. Maruja.
I'm very annoyed at Deftones though. 2 Dublin gigs in 1 year. I paid 90 quid for the first one. And then they're like, it's the same with Sepultura. We're just like, we're doing a farewell show, played 85 quid for it. And then they're like, we're going to do one more in the 3 Arena. I was like, go fuck yourselves. You said you were done.
Yeah, but the second Deftones is Idols as well. I mean, that's
Yeah, but I'm still just like too fucking. Anyway, sorry for
I
interrupting.
will end up going to both. Then just the Marouge album is fantastic.
I thought that was going to be one of your top picks. To be honest, I'm surprised.
No, the heavy hitters are probably some of my top 5 songs, but there's not the whole album doesn't bring me in. And then previously mentioned Half the Geese Getting Killed is I heard it when it came out, and I was like, I like this. And then I saw they're in the basement, and I was like, I love this. That just really, really, I can't believe they're doing EP as well. It's such a waste. They should be doing it all together now. That the alternative crowd would enjoy it way more than with an EP, in my opinion.
They could sell out like 4 nights, I'd say, in Vicar Street if they announced them tomorrow.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Are they that fucking sought after? I still haven't listened to them.
Yeah.
They've been mentioned on this podcast about 17 times now.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. So I've never listened to your man solo work either. Cameron Winter, it's not my thing. But there's just something.
All the solo stuff is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've listened to heavy metal. I liked heavy metal. Yeah.
I think
not heavy, not metal, but good.
Yeah. Well, I think that was false advertising. I'm very annoyed myself.
Yeah.
Oh, class!
Where's my piss grave?
That's pretty good, kind of clickbaiting for an album. If you get really dumb people are like heavy metal, and then they listen to it. And
thank you for just calling me dumb on my own show.
But I don't think you listened to it. I don't think you listened to it thinking it would be heavy metal. Whereas there's
I did.
Oh, right. Well, then it's like, do you want every
miles?
Maybe we should just change every act should just make their album name the genre if that's easier for you, Bar. If that's how you.
I would just want to mute. He just called me thick on my own podcast. Anyway.
Yeah, the Geese album is brilliant, and I don't know how you haven't listened to it yet. You must be one of the only people with a music podcast anyway. That's
what rock? How is it? Is it the black rock you've been living under, or what's going on?
Are you trying to slag the fact that I went to Black Rock now as well?
No, it's just I passed the sign for it on the way.
I haven't got around to it. I've been listening to Pissgrave.
Listen to heavy metal. And that's pretty much it.
Right. Well, on that note, we're going to move into.
I haven't done my honorable mentions.
Have you not?
No, not my
regular
international.
Oh, okay.
Urban contemporary.
Best of world.
Best of world. So what have I got? Oh yeah, I'm gonna Wednesday Bleeds. Love that album.
Yeah, great album.
Boko Yout, Gusto is the name of the album by Boko Yout. Love them. I saw them supporting Viagra Boys this year.
Too.
Yeah, and they just floored me, and I was
good.
I'm obsessed with these guys.
They're doing Borderline next year.
Yeah, I'm hoping to go.
Oh,
amazing! Kind of I don't know, punky, but also kind of playful and fun and weird, and kind of beat and class. Water from Your Eyes. It's a beautiful place. Love this album. There's an artist called Skull Crusher, and it sounds like a Barra album, but it doesn't sound like a Barra album. The album is called And Your Song Is Like a Circle, and it's kind of folky, shoegazy, really dreamy, beautiful, kind of put you to sleep music, but if you stay awake and go through it, it's really rewarding and lovely. And what else? There's a band called Honingbarna, and they had an album called Soft Spot, which is they're kind of like a post-hardcore maybe band from, I don't know, Scandinavia or something. But for me, as you know, I used to love a lot of that music. I still kind of do. But it's kind of, for me, it was kind of fresh, and there was a lot of new influences in it.
Was it like La Dispute type of stuff, or?
No, I don't know what they're saying because it's in Scandinavian country language. Band. I don't know. You have to be honest, man. I have not a clue what they're saying. I think there's a couple of words in it that are in English, maybe on the whole album. But it's kind of punky, fast. It's probably similar to Turnstile, but a bit different. You know what I mean? It's a bit more gnarlier and a bit more rougher around the less maybe. Again, I love that Turnstile record, but less clean sounding. And then Clipping, Dead Channel Sky. Love that album. It's great album. Yeah, that's all my regular honorable mentions. I put the emphasis on the regular. Oh no.
Please don't get me cancelled this year.
No, I'm getting myself cancelled. I'm getting killed.
Sprint's guitarist doesn't think that Irish music is regular.
No, it's exceptional. That's
9
what I
or
say.
9 has
Exceptional, but it's not fair to put Irish music right now against the rest of the world because we're just killing it. You know what I mean?
You are killing it. Yeah.
No,
I'm
not
very-
me.
I'm very
No, the
proud of you.
country.
Oh,
No,
the
Seamat.
country
We've got Seamat and Fontaines
and Kingfisher.
and Kingfisher.
You
Oh,
didn't even
no.
Kingfisher.
We don't
I'm not
claim.
gonna lie,
I
I
don't
haven't listened to
claim.
Oh, they're so good. They're really, really good. I don't like that style of music, and they're brilliant. They're absolutely fantastic, and they seem like
Is this a
genuinely nice
bit?
guys as well. What?
Is this a bit? Is this a bit?
No.
Oh right, okay.
What the fuck? I'll tell you. I was very, very, very
No, you're
drunk.
talking about Kingfisher and not Fish Kinger Fucker, the metal band, right?
No, they're broken up. They don't play
okay,
anymore.
Okay.
But no, I really like
guys from
Kingfisher.
Kingfisher have
I swear to God though, I was dragged to see them at All Together Now, and I did not want to go. And I
They
remember
play
just
outside?
yeah, they
Oh, they
played
did.
2 years ago.
Oh, I thought it was this year. Sorry.
No, played 2 years ago, and it was Sally who was like, "We're going," and I went in and just was fucking blown away. Really heartfelt songs. I love the music. Yeah, no, I like Kingfisher. I don't know why I have to defend that stance. They're a great band.
And you said I was getting you cancelled. No,
No.
I'm joking.
They're a great band. I'd love to have them on the pod, lads, if you're listening. But anyway, you can see what I'm picking already. I'll go into my first pick. So I decided that I'm just going to get the heavy, noisy one out of the way because my other one's a very sad album, which we'll get into later.
Okay.
But I picked the Model Actress album as my pick, which
We've
I'm
never-
surprised. Why are
Yeah.
you surprised at that? But what was funny
Just
about this
I thought we
album
would've-
was this was the one, Jack, when I was saying to you. So, by the way, I've never listened to Model Actress before. I never was a massive fan of them before this album. And I listened to this at the start of the year and I remember when it came out and absolutely loving it. And then just forgot about it and was going through albums in the wake of this. And I was just like, oh my God, listen to it again. It was like, this is one of the best. It's easily one of the best albums of the year. It's such a good album.
amazing.
You missed the gig.
Yeah, I did miss the gig. Yeah.
It
Unfortunately.
was Like I'd
that
say-
gig was happening on the same night that Bob Villain and Get Down Services
Yeah.
were playing.
because I
All
would have
three of
went.
them sold out, all promoted by singular artists.
Singular.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Legends.
They must
Legends.
have had a good day.
Yeah.
I would have went to all
Same.
if they were on different days. I was because I really I love Bob Dylan, seen loads of times, and then I only recently got into Get Down. I told you about Get Down
Yeah,
Services.
you did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy because I thought we would have spoken about Model Actress by now. That's just the only reason I'm shocked.
No, I forgot that I just loved it that much. And then I was listening to it and just going like, this is fucking like, once that, I'm not crazy about the opening song, but Cinderella, once that starts, you're like, what is this album? Because like it's very strange in that like, there's parts of it that are like very melodic. And then suddenly you get like a song like Poppy and you're like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, which is the one that's literally just like ding, 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 ding. I think it's Ring Road or something. It's just
Yeah. Well, we'll play a few sections of it now in a second because I can share the audio. But like one thing I really like. So first off, I was reading that apparently a lot of the songs are about a guy coming out. It's a coming out story.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the singer is gay. Is he?
Yeah.
He is okay.
Queer.
He is.
But I love the kind of storytelling, meandering storytelling in it that goes through the whole lyrics through it. I thought that was fantastic. But just the noises that they incorporate in it, it reminded me of I'm not wearing this t-shirt as a just to say it, but if you listen to really early Health music, like especially particularly Die Slow, the first album, it has that kind of you're kind of like, that sounds like a pot with a load of shit reverb on it, but they somehow make it into these fucking super transy beats that are heavy as fuck, but then with the spoken word, they're also kind of delicate at the same time. It's just a mental fucking album. But,
have you heard the first album?
No, haven't listened to the first album.
But
I heard somebody told me. So this is the annoying thing about reading fucking music reviews, which I have to stop doing. Somebody told me that I think it was Anthony Fantano referred to the first album as one note, and as soon as he went, he said it was very singular in one note. As soon as he said that, I was kind of like, I don't want to listen to it. I was just like, and then I'm sure enough I'm going to go back to it and actually really enjoy it.
It's definitely less kind of not that it's dancey the last album, but there's a bit of a groove to Cinderella and stuff. The first album is kind of one note, but like if you like noisy stuff, it's like, I love it. It's just as good as the recent one.
But it's even like, it's slightly like, there's even songs in it that are like a really kind of just like lovely, like the kind of spoken word, like is it Acid Rain? I
Acid
think
Rain,
is the one that comes to, it's
honestly, Acid
fucking
Rain,
beautiful. Like I have an album that you're kind of just like I don't do drugs anymore, but just like I want to do a load of yokes and just jump straight in. You know, for certain parts, then you're kind of like, oh, then I can do like a little think piece on this song as well. It's I just think it's masterfully put together.
Yeah.
I couldn't get over that I actually forgot about it when I was putting the list together. But sure, like we'll play a few. The one song that comes to mind. How did we do this the last time?
Is
The
it
share
Vespers?
screen.
It's as flesh is made in marble, as marble captures softness, as softness holds a violence within a pure expression. Glimpses now of snowy beaches, winters born in Delaware, and glimpses.
But sure, I think that's enough there. But what I love about that is like just the vocals are actually, if you were to put them on like a folk song, or well, not a folk song, but you put them on any other song, you're like, that's nice. They're just that fucking crazy stuff in the background. Does anybody have any other remarks on the album?
The really annoying thing about the gig was the only thing of merch they had was one singular hat placed on the merch table.
Is that it?
It's probably because it was the end of the tour or
Probably,
something.
yeah.
It's really ran out.
Really, well,
Ireland
obviously, I
either
don't know.
starts the tours or ends the tours. It's rarely in the middle.
I think Death Heaven because I went to see Death Heaven at Damnation Festival and they had this hoodie on it and they didn't have my size. And I was just they were like, they'll definitely have them when they come to Dublin. I went to Dublin and it was just like, no, they don't.
If it's the first show, and then even sometimes if it's the first show, the merch mightn't have arrived. It might arrive to England. So it's like, it's a lot of.
Yeah.
But surely there's like, obviously, I'm sure you know. Would there not be like a set amount for each? Is that not an easy way to do it? Have I just
No, you just bring like
Yeah.
it's hard to actually like make cash that you actually get to have, and merch is the only kind of thing that's guaroguaranteed that like once you've paid off what the merch has cost you to make, then you can have
you
that
can
money.
keep, yeah.
So I'd imagine it's just like and also it's not really even like a band's decision. It's more like whoever's with them. If like their tour manager or someone is like, yeah, let's just sell them as they come and go. And unfortunately, if you're at the end of a tour, you're probably,
which we usually are or start, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're a massive band, you can afford to make way extra merch. But like,
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
smaller,
yeah.
it's like you'd be like, oh shit, this is the tour T-shirt, and
Yeah.
only 10 people want it. We have 500 of them. Oh no.
Yeah. The other song that I wanted to shout out was that song Doves. But like we've all we don't
Yeah.
we don't need to play it. We've all listened to it. I can cut it into the episode. But just like just fucking
Yeah, there's also like kind of in a way like a punk simplicity on this album, even though the noises are kind of mad. There's like it's like guitar, bass, and drums kind of the whole way through. It's not, even though the sounds that they're getting out of those instruments are crazy, it's like it feels very immediate to me, and it's not like too much production. Do you know what I mean? Even though it sounds class.
it sounds crystal clear.
Yeah.
Which
But I mean, too
Yeah,
much
I know
production,
what you
like
mean,
layering stuff, like loads. I don't think there's a lot of that. It's like they've just found really interesting sounds on their instruments and have put them together in such a way that creates this like synthy, like dystopian kind of like disco buzz.
Yeah, I agree with you because like one thing that like I've heard bands make music similar to this, and a lot of the time it's just like, let's just put the fucking bass up to crazy parts. But there's moments in it where it's like very much kind of punk sounding, just with the the background samples and stuff. But then just a bass will come in nearly at the back of your ears, going doof doof doof. You're just like, there's so much going on this album. That's
They also, I think what's
subtle
really
and in your
interesting.
face at the same time. Sorry, Jack, go on.
What's really interesting about the band is that, well, obviously it wasn't in Dublin, but I think a lot of the venues they play on tour are all gay nightclubs, and like the music.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I think in London definitely. Like I think, but also you get that sort of vibe from it that you are in a nightclub and it's kind of end of the world, dystopian. It's just like, and again, I recommend whenever you can see them live, because I was mad on them. Like they are my top listen to act this year, but seeing them live just elevated it. Like it's really, and then they ended with 2 songs from their first EP. And that was just, and it's like, it's really, I didn't realize how long they've been going. And
2017, I think, was that
yeah,
EP.
it's songs from 2017
Yeah.
that still sound so fresh and so new. It's
Wow.
yeah, they're an amazing band. Like they
Because
really.
the funny thing is, like, I don't know anything about them. So now that it kind of, because the album, obviously, you listen to it, you know, like, this guy's writing some very personal fucking shit. It kind of makes me want to do a proper deep dive on like who they are as people and that kind. Like, it's just a very interesting. It's just I love an album that's like super interesting and emotional, but at the same time, it's like I can fucking party to this.
I'm not gonna lie. This album was in my honorable mentions. I didn't mention it, but like, I love this album so much that it literally made me go out and buy a piece of equipment to try and do something from one of the songs on this. I like, it's
What song? I'm curious to know. What was
it? Was actually Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Was it the? Is it the opening?
Cinderella's so catchy.
I didn't even buy the same thing that is used to do it, but it was just like a certain sound in a guitar. I was like, I need to know how to make something.
Yeah.
It's most of
appropriate
that
in that.
guitar pedals.
A lot of it's guitar. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, at least as far as I believe, I think it's like the bass and the guitar, from what I can tell, seem to like blur lines of like which is doing what, because it's not a traditional like bass sound. Sometimes there is that kind of low pulsing thing or whatever. But like in terms of all the noises in between, it's like I think it seems to be just like the two guys have crazy sounds.
It's not two guys, is it?
Sorry, no, I mean the two guitar. There's like four of them in the band.
Yeah, I was about to
obviously
say.
there's some overdubs and stuff, but I've watched like videos of them live, and I'm like, this is like they're making up this whole what's you call it, like, you know, backdrop of music for the vocalist to give his fucking impassioned fucking like stories that like I fucking his lyrics and everything.
It's haunting in parts.
Yeah,
like, it's proper
totally.
like, oh, who hurt you?
The live set includes 3 outfit changes, which are
love
extremely
that.
extravagant, and it's amazing. It's like one of the best frontmen I've seen. Like just the definition showman. You know what I mean? Like just, and the contrast of him to the other band, it mirrors in the music, if you know what I mean. There's like, they're very just loud, heavy music, where he's just so flamboyant. It's fantastic and great for a modern band, you know, that's just so crazy.
I just got like, I think what drew me to it is like health vibes for sure, but also massive Nine Inch Nails vibes. Like later Nine Inch Nails, not the early stuff. But yeah, what a fucking band. But I'm just looking at time here, so I can't keep talking about Model Actress. But that was my pick. I don't know who wants to go next.
I'm easy.
Speak now or forever hold your. I'm going to nominate you, Jack. You go next.
Okay, so
I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to say.
You probably know one of two. Like I'm sure.
No, you know what? I'm not going to guess because I don't want to ruin.
Whisper in my ear. Did you hear that, Jack?
I'll do the one that you probably. Well, I'm sure when I say it, you won't be surprised. But it's Eclipse album.
Yeah, he just said that.
Yeah, it's the Eclipse. Was that the one that you whispered?
He whispered two. He whispered both.
Okay,
so you get the second one. I don't know. You guys gotta have some kind of bet or something.
Just a caveat, by the way. Me, myself,
Jack, you text me. What you think his number one is. Then
none of you are going to get. None of you are going to get my number. None of you are going to get.
All right, Mister. I listen to music.
No, you're not, because I anyway.
Yeah, the Eclipse album. I think it's easy to kind of. I don't know how I'd start by saying it, but hip hop to me, anyway, if you're not looking hard enough, is in a very, I'm not going to say like a bad place, but it's not in a kind of purist hip hop kind of thing. And you know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to say like I didn't grow up in Compton. Do you know what I mean? I haven't been there since the start of hip.
What?
Yeah, I know you'd be surprised. I know I give off those vibes, but yeah, like I haven't listened to hip hop since I've like this is the kind of first music I got into, and it's always been the main genre. Well, it's not what I listen to primarily now. It's more bands like Model Actress, but I've always been a hip hop head. And Clips, I've always been massively into Pusha T. Like I'm looking at a Pusha T record here, and I don't collect a lot of vinyl, but I'm just mad into Pusha T. And then only a couple of years ago, I started getting really into Clips. And this album is it's just pure hip hop. It is, I don't know how to, it's very hard to kind of compress into words what I'm trying to say. But in 2025, to have a hip hop album that is like so just fundamentals of what hip hop represents and what it is. It's so refreshing. And I know you've heard the album, Barra, and I know you like it.
It's the first hip hop album in a long time that I want to listen to this over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It's just it's a great album.
Perfect.
But
I
it
am
mainly
also a Jack. Just as I am also a massive fan of this album. I don't think it was on my honorable mentions, but it's in my fucking it's class.
Yeah, everything about it is like top notch. Lyricism, the production on it is fucking gorgeous.
It's
I'll let you
Pharrell. Yeah, like it's Pharrell production is to me just immaculate anyway. But then also like, you know, some of I think I described on it earlier episode we did, like some of Pharrell's production the last couple of years, let's call a spade, has been terrible. Like there's been some.
Did you not like Happy?
This couple of years, mate. That's like there's kids fucking that are like 12 that like, you know, were born after that song. That song is old, right? Happy.
Yeah, but he also, but as I said in the previous episode, Pharrell always would use his best beats for the Minions and Clips, like and Pusha T. He was like
the Minions and Clips.
Yeah. Like he'd
I don't know
always,
who should be more honored, like Clips or the Minions to be like the only two. Like which one
It's
is
just like Pusha T is like, can I have that? He goes, no, this one's going to Gru.
yeah. We're stealing the moon to this one. You know what are you doing? But it's just a fantastic hip hop record, and like Pusha T has never gone away, and it's kind of always been a solid presence in the music scene, still dropping great albums. But his brother Malice, like to me, it's one of the like he retired from music and went, and because of his religion, and he wanted to find God and not rap about, you know, selling bricks and things like that, which is fair enough. I mean, you can't be a Christian and be going out saying that, but no, you can. But you know what I mean. If he practiced what you preach, sort of thing. I'm not religious.
I
but
beg to differ. I think of Jesus, you know, feeding like loads of people with the loaves of bread and turning it into whatever. It's like there's a metaphor there for
bricks.
something.
A party was at a wine and went, fuck it.
Yeah. But you can't really be rocking up to church on a Sunday and then looking at him being like, you know, what are we doing the weekend? Oh, I'm selling bricks. But
Bricks, yeah.
I'm saying bricks as if I'm in the wire or something. Yeah, it's just a fantastic hip hop record. The whole everything they did for the rollout was just so clean. Like I love a good rollout, and they did it perfectly for a hip hop record where, you know, they were playing. I think the first song they teased was at like a Louis Vuitton runway show, and you know that it's pretty badass to do something like that. And just the production, as I said again, you know, immaculate bars. This usual Clips, bars about coke. It's a perfect album, and like they did a bit of classic hip hop stuff by drawing people in. He dissed Travis Scott, another massive rapper. Pusha T dissed him on the song "So Be It."
Good. He's a fucking dipshit.
I used to be big on him, not anymore. It was also recorded in, I think, the Louis Vuitton shop in Paris. You know, like it's high fashion, but it's also grimy at the same time, if you know what I mean. And I think it's a beautiful record. And like the opening song, Birds Don't Sing, it's fucking gut wrenching. Like it's a very emotional song. Like when I went to see them in London, and like, you know, people tearing up. I had a lump in my throat, and then the next you're kind of bopping to Birds of Cocaine. So I think the versatility on that is it's fantastic.
They were also the first, like, you know, non-religious act.
Yeah,
I know they have faith or whatever. Like they played in the Vatican this year.
Yeah,
and I feel like nobody fucking like
what?
this.
Yeah.
If this is why social media is fucking terrible. It's like, how did we not all know that like legends of coke rap Clips
in the Vatican
played the Vatican as the first like not like religious thing? They played out in Saint Mark's Square. I can't remember. Or no.
It was a live stream.
St. Peter's Square.
Was it something to do with Disney, or do I have that wrong?
They Disney filmed it, and it's on Disney. I haven't watched. I don't have Disney at the moment anyway. But maybe for Christmas. I'll watch
sorry,
Clips in the
like,
Vatican.
do they censor the songs? Like, why the fuck?
No. I don't
They
know.
did
I haven't seen it, but
they did that Birds Don't Sing song, which is the John Lennon's on it, so it's the chorus is very gospely. Like they weren't doing, you know, they were song like.
Did they not do a full show?
No, it was just one. It was just one song.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it was a full.
That's still crazy.
Still class. Yeah.
Like a week after it happened, and I was chatting to this guy who was like showing us around or whatever, and he was like, he was really into rap as well. He was like, "Yeah, Clips, man, they played here last week. It was crazy. Like, there was so many people." But I was under the impression it was a whole gig. But it
was one song. But still, even for them to be playing the Vatican, it's pretty impressive. It's just a perfect hip hop record, and like. I think, to me anyway, apart from the sort of your Kendrick Lamars and then even going down to more underground, your people like Freddie Gibbs and stuff, it's hard to find, I think, because like it's a Grammy nominated album, not just in the rap category, just in the, the main category. To do that in 2025, if you aren't Kendrick Lamar, is extremely impressive to me. So yeah, that's my number 2. And they fucking skipped Dublin on the tour, so I had to go to London. They only did, again, they only did 4 stops on the Europe tour, so it felt very exclusive and highbrow sort of, stuff. It wasn't for everyone, it's hard to explain. It just felt very like, this is real hip hop. They don't need to be pleased. They can do 4 dates and people are going to flock from wherever, that's the pull they have.
Where did they? How big was the arena they played in London?
It was not Brixton. What's the other one? Kentish Town. So
Kentish Town Forum. Yeah, it's like 2,000.
Yeah.
300 people or something like that.
And the walls there look like something out of the Rome Coliseum. Like, have you been there? Yeah, like it looks.
We did a gig there last November, I think. Beautiful venue. It's great.
It's lovely. Yeah. Like I heard Brixton's not great. I heard Brixton isn't great, but that one is a lot better.
I liked Brixton Academy. I thought it was all right. I've been there.
I don't think I've been there.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. Does the job.
Kentish Town Forum is like real, like it's kind of like the Olympia, I guess, but like if the Olympia and the Three Arena had a baby.
I didn't really.
And the baby was still young, like it's still small. It's not like a fully grown Three Arena. It hasn't devoured these other venues to grow in stature.
The most annoying venue I've been in London was Brixton Academy. Not Brixton Academy. I just said what they were.
You just said it was nice.
Ali Pali.
I've never been.
Fucking ages to get to the top, and it's flat. There's no seats at it. It's just 10,000 people flat.
I have been. Yeah. It's the long
So,
haul.
like, when
you
I
have
was
to walk up that fucking hill.
I saw Charlie XCX's biggest show there, and thank God I was with Chloe, because Chloe just kept going, sorry, I'm looking for a friend, and like, pretty girl goes to the crowd very quickly. Me, they'd be like, who the fuck is that guy? So she got me to the very, very top, which was great. But
see, that's the darts venue.
This, like, what?
That's the mecca of darts. The
darts, I know.
Yeah.
So, that's where all the darts
when I want to go
watch darts, that's where it is.
Yeah, it's where the world
they
champion
from the back of Ali Pali to the front.
Like, you know it's not.
This is that's called javelin. Like that's
that's javelin.
Any tracks to highlight before we move on to Zach's pick? Just to put into the episode.
There's a song called Ebitda, EBITDA, I think. I don't know what it stands for. That's fantastic. That has Pharrell rapping at the start, and I mean, Pharrell doesn't rap a lot.
Turn the parades off. God bless takeoff. I said I want the Rolls Royce with the drapes off. And it ain't electric, so it's way off.
Send it back. Send it for the Gordo pies. Picked up the Toro and drive. Straight up the 405. The way that the board is designed. I'm feeling like the Lord of the Skies. Arms like 245. Hit him, make sure that he dies. That text won't never reply. The feds came and collected my guys. The rain pours and I'm hearing their cries. Went from heaters up to fevers up.
Did you see actually one last thing about Clips is that Pusha T announced yesterday that he's done with diss tracks.
No,
he's like, they don't have any levity anymore. He goes, it used to be you diss somebody and they were gone. He's like Eminem with Ja Rule, and he was like, they would just be gone. And he's like, nowadays, he goes, people are so fucking accepting of people's horrible behavior that they can just come back from it very quickly, which is it was a valid point.
It's an interesting point, but there's also part of it where we're like, you're like, you make a diss track and someone's horrible behavior, but I feel like a lot of diss tracks, it's like both people, they often like have things to say about each other. So it's like, who are you to say which one is the one?
Yeah, true.
Again, that's where the diss track is like, who's done the better bars, the better digs. Like,
I still think my favorite will always be Eminem taking down Ja Rule. He's like, we like you. He's like, don't start this. He's like, don't start this fight with me. He goes, I danced to your, me and Hailey danced to your songs. Knock it off. He didn't knock it off, and you just fucking destroyed him.
I think
the best one is him destroying Machine Gun Kelly to the point that he changed.
Oh yeah. But also, I think with diss tracks, there's also more that maybe the reason to stop them is you don't know what's real and what's not anymore. I think, like, don't get me wrong, the Kendrick and Drake beef was fantastic, but
legendary.
It got to the point where I was like, what? Well, like Drake's just kind of saying shit for shit's sake. Do you know what I mean? I was like when Pusha T did and Drake beefed, like Pusha T had everything on him, and it was just a complete beef. Like you have a son. You know what I mean?
The funny thing is, but like just with the Eminem, did you listen?
You got a son.
Did you listen to the Eminem one with Machine Gun Kelly?
I think I
Rap
did.
Devil wasn't that bad.
I'd never heard of Machine Gun Kelly before.
It was
Weird.
actually pretty. It was pretty good because they were like, you have to go at him. And I remember me and my friend Mark, who's not a big hip hop fan, I was like, listen to Machine Gun Kelly's one, and he listened. He goes, Jesus, he really got him in that one. That was good. And then we listened to Eminem's one, and at one point, I was like, in this verse, he raps in Machine Gun Kelly's style, and then switches back to his own to mock. It's amazing. Anyway. Obviously, No Vaseline is up there as well, although it's incredibly anti-Semitic and homophobic.
It's still really good though.
It's still really good, but have you ever listened to No Vaseline by Ice Cube?
No.
But NWA?
Oh, you miss out.
Oh my God.
no.
It's brutal. It's so brutal. It's in the film. It's in Straight Outta Compton.
Well, then I have heard it, but I
Yeah.
just don't remember it.
It's when they're in the house and they're listening to it, and they say, "Turn that shit off," because they mentioned the man. All day now.
One take, apparently. He went in, did it in one take.
Yeah, great movie.
Anyway, it's your turn.
All right. So my number two is that where we're going? Yeah. Is an album by Benjamin Booker called Lower.
Oh.
And this is an album that I nearly missed completely because I don't think I saw anyone cover it. The only reason I discovered that it existed was because I was like, it was like in February, and I was like listening to music, and then I was like, what came out in January? And I went to like album releases in January, and I saw Benjamin Booker, and I was like, hang on a minute. Like Benjamin Booker had an album from like 2014. What was it called? Violent Shiver. No, that was the song. I can't remember the name of the album. Anyway, it was real like garage punky kind of blues music.
Like Ty Segall type of stuff, or?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Like kind of just like, yeah, like kind of based in kind of bluesy, garagey punk, like just like guitars fucking slamming it. Very like expressive vocals, very passionate, kind of singing and loud and fast. And again, then I was like, oh, I hadn't listened. They had an album in 2017 called like Witness, I think, and it was decent, but then they kind of slipped off my radar. And then this year, 2025, so like over 10 years after I first knew them, they released this album that I just saw was listed as like an album that was released, and I was like, what the fuck? I listened to it. It completely flabbergasted me as knowing the style of music that they had made, for them to pivot to this kind of like dream-like kind of psychedelic like rock shoegaze meets like lo-fi beats, and at the same time the whole time, even though I know from his earlier material like he can like belt out like scream, it's like he's like singing the whole album like really hushed and whispered, kind of like Nick Drake or something, really like mellowed out vocals. And the album kind of I suppose it came out in January 25th, I think. And the whole album, if I was to sum it up, is about like, I suppose like frustration with your environment. Like, I guess as a Black American living in America, and you know, and how racism and whatever affects, and there's songs that definitely tackle that head on. Where there's one called I need to look up the name because it's kind of one of those harkening back to like the Fall Out Boy era of long titles in a way of like, except it doesn't sound anything like Fall Out Boy.
They were brutal, but yeah, it was titles.
Like Rebecca Latimer Felton takes a BBC, and Rebecca Latimer Felton was this is the title of a song. She was apparently, exactly, But maybe I should play a snippet of a song for you guys to understand.
What's the title?
So Benjamin Booker, I would look him up.
Benjamin Booker.
I need to look him up.
Booker, and then Lower is the album.
There he is.
But Rebecca Latimer Felton takes a BBC.
Oh my God! Yeah. I know this album. You sent me this. This is a brilliant album.
Yeah, I've been listening to it the whole year. Really, I can't quite shake it.
Okay,
how do you spell Booker?
Rebecca Benjamin Booker. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna play it now, Jack. I just have it there.
It's hard to like sum up this album in a couple of clips because it's really like one that you start it and then go through it and ends, and like up until I had to do research, I didn't really know the names of any of the songs. I'd only listen to it like start to finish.
Do you know, I was actually looking for this album because I enjoyed it so much when you first sent it, and it was confusing with the Suede album, which is also very good.
Yeah.
But well, do you have a timestamp of when to start? Or
Let me see. So this song is kind of about the Rebecca Latimer Felton, I think, was the first woman elected to like Congress or something in America who was also a slave owner and a racist. So this song is kind of sung from the perspective of like he's talking to her, being like, it's hard to describe, but like putting it like a voyeuristic thing that she's doing, looking at like himself in the field working or whatever, and like touching herself while looking at him. But the whole thing is kind of a fucking a fuck you to that kind of like racist sort of white supremacist America.
yeah,
While also like kind of like humanizing it, being like, he then starts addressing her, who is this like historical figure who's dead, who was was a piece of shit. I don't really know, but like
well, she was a slave owner.
And a racist, so it's definitely a piece of shit. I never met her, can't claim that, but and then kind of being like, well, like your husband doesn't love you or whatever, and you feel old or whatever, but you're getting joy out of like kind of watching me suffer, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's one of the more like politically laced songs on the album. The rest of it is much more insular and about the like about loneliness or about isolation in, I guess, the modern world or whatever. And the whole album has a kind of like trippy sort of instrumentals that are kind of unsettling but also like very relaxing at the same time. It's I really love this album. But
Pompeii Statues, I think, was the one. But
Pompeii Statues is another song that
sure, we'll give this a little bit of a play.
What was all the fuss, Becky? Was it hard to not think of me? Working there and glistening in the sun. You watch me from the porch and touch yourself. Didn't you? The pain you must have felt watching me go home at night to love, real love.
But yeah,
That sounds really good. I'm literally, yeah, that sounds class. Is it a band or one guy?
it's a guy, like he when I saw him play live at Electric Picnic, I think around 2014 it was, when his first album came out, and it stuck with me, and I hadn't thought about him for honestly about since the second album came out, which was good. It just didn't connect with me as such. It was like there was some good tracks on it, but it just didn't really click. And then I adored the first album that he'd done, which was just all garage punk, like up to 11 the whole time, and him like roaring into the mic. So it's one guy, but it was produced by Kenny Siegel, the producer. Yeah, and I think he's featured, Benjamin Booker's featured on like a bunch of tracks recently, whatever. But this album, I just don't think has gotten near enough coverage or attention that I believe, having listened to it from January till now. And then like when I was doing my list, like going through all these albums that I loved or whatever, I was like, it was still one that I was coming back to from January and finding new stuff that I loved about it, and kind of like I don't know, there's something calming about it. Again, it's hard to describe. Like the album goes through like noise rock, it goes through like shoegaze, it goes through hip hop, it goes through kind of like soulful moments, but it doesn't feel like anything is like jarringly different. It all kind of fits. Again, it's Kenny Siegel's production, I guess. It all fits together in a kind of like a tapestry, like you see one thing and it leads into the other. And as well, like the song Pompeii Statues is about
Pompeii Statues is brilliant.
He's describing like the sights of Los Angeles and comparing them to like Pompeii Statues, where like you see a lot of people down and out, and like people who are addicted to drugs or whatever, or like without a fixed home on the streets, like Pompeii Statues, like frozen in place, because of the fentanyl, like will make people kind of like freeze or whatever. But the whole album, again, it for me, it just so like, not to put a downer on it, but it was such a beautiful view into like the state of the world or something through a personal lens from him. But and as again his experience as a Black American or whatever, and there's like, so those themes kind of like run throughout it. But to be honest, like you could take your own meaning, I think, from a lot of these songs. I don't think they're like, even that song, other than the title, you wouldn't know that it's referring to like this historical first woman in Congress who was, you know, also a racist and piece of shit.
But that's why I was like, that's so because like obviously Pompey Statue is multi-layered, but that's so multi-layered because if you were just to listen to that, you're kind of like, this sounds like this could be just like a modern, you know, kind of
indie.
Yeah, and you're kind of like, but then you're kind of like, if you know who she is, it's like, Jesus, it changes the meaning of it just entirely. It's fantastic. We'll show actually because Jack, you haven't listened to Pompey Statue, so I'll show you a little bit of that because that was a song.
I'm very impressed by what I've heard.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
People like Bombay statues lying out on the street. Even the children beckon, everyone in the heat, making a way to the city. Queen of angels in the heart of the city. Going deeper.
Again, in that song, I love the guitar loops that are happening. Again, like Benjamin Booker's a great guitar player, but like the way that the guitars throughout this album are presented are like, there's like electric guitars, acoustic guitars, there's like noisy guitars, there's quiet guitars. But again, I know I'm talking about because I'm obviously a guitar player or whatever, but for me it was so refreshing to hear.
You're allowed to talk about
guitar. I know, but it's like that's not what music is. Music isn't just guitar, you know. But I'll get so overly like, oh my god, fucking, do you hear that little, you know? Yeah. But I love in that song where like the intro thing, like the guitars are kind of disorientating and out of place, but then when the drums kick in, it just sits, you know, for the rest of the tune.
His voice is really sort of like, feel it at the back of your neck, you know, like
exactly. It gets, and again, what was really disorientated for me was like knowing what his first album was like, which again, he does have the little bit of a whisper in the quiet parts of the loud songs, but the rest of it, he's kind of like barking, he's like roaring, and it's just like, you know, up to 11. That first album is still great. I can't remember what it's called. What's it? The fuck is it called?
Very impressed.
First album is called
Benjamin Booker. Yeah, it's self-titled. Yeah.
Jeez, he's been going for 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's like, and this was the album that I loved, and I know that album. Like, again, I'm very bad when I get to really love an album. Is often when I know the song names the least, unless I have to learn them for something like
I'm
this.
The exact same. Yeah.
But the song, sorry, I know I'm ranting on about this because, again, I just feel like no one's mentioned this album and I'm obsessed with it. But the song for me that's the centerpiece of it is Same Kind of Lonely, which, again, kind of sums up. I actually made some notes about this.
Made some notes about this song? Okay. Well,
because I did some research. Say the notes first, I did some research on it. So for me, it's the best song of the album. If it wasn't for someone else I might talk about later in the episode, it would have been my top played song, I'm pretty sure.
Wonder who that could be.
Yeah, who knows. But it's kind of like the song I interpret it is like that Benjamin is wanting to escape his current environment, which again is a theme that I get from the whole album with the political references, and then the kind of like there's like moments where he's questioning his like sexual identity in Slow Dance in a Gay Bar, which is a fantastic slow jam, incredible song. But he apparently, I was looking into this song because I was looking at the album and research, and apparently, so there's a sample in the middle of this song where there are gunshots being fired, which controversially was from samples from a video of a school shooting in America, which is then immediately, again, this is in the background of the song. So I didn't even notice this until I was looking into the album, and then people were annoyed about the album or whatever, which is then followed up with sounds of his own like baby daughter gurgling and making noises. Thank you. And again, the lyrics of this song are quite straightforward and simple about trying to like, you know, move somewhere else and still feel the same kind of lonely in a comforting way or something. You know, it's I'm still trying to wrap my head around the meaning of the song, but I found out that Benjamin Booker in 2017 narrowly survived a shooting in New Orleans and then moved to Mexico City for a while, which again, according to genius.com, someone's annotator was putting that, you know, this song, the Same Kind of Lonely, and that together because the song is kind of talking about leaving and getting away from somewhere. And again, the whole album to me sums up like America right now or something. Again, I haven't been there in years, but you know, but yeah, Same Kind of Lonely. It's kind of a noise rock, kind of shoegazy, My Bloody Valentine buzz. Again, the album it's hard to pick one song and play it, but this one I think gives a good contrast to the rest of the kind of more chilled stuff. But yeah, if you want to just play from the start, I think we'll give you enough.
That's amazing. That's really good.
It's so good, isn't it? Like,
That's amazing. I'm
But
really like, and I'm very kind of like when people recommend something, I'm like, yeah. That's really good. That's really good.
Again, it's hard to show it up in 2 songs because the whole thing kind of flows and it's like very like, you know, bedroom pop aspect of like random, you know, styles kind of mashing in together.
Yeah.
But for me, the kind of like low vocal and the very honest lyrics that go throughout it just like tie
Yeah.
it all together for me. Like
Amazing. That's really good. Yeah.
No, I love that. I have to say. I don't have any more notes.
Neither do I.
As I said already, I was looking for that album
Yeah.
because you recommend. When did it come out? Because you
It's
sent
literally the start of the year, like
Yeah,
2020.
you fucking
March 25th.
Because that's
I
why I
think.
have I have a few tracks liked from it already, and I was literally looking for it, and I kept because the Suede album cover is very similar. It's just a guy. It's just a guy with black and white. And I was like, I think it's the Suede album. And then I went into Suede and I was just like, no, I don't have any of those songs.
But
Like,
I
so
will
it must
say
not be that.
a little anecdote to end it off. This album obviously deals with like a sense of being lost in your environment and like feeling like a stranger and feeling like not welcome or something. And a lot of like there's a lot of different emotions going through it. But I literally saw on his Instagram like 2 days ago he put up a story being like, I'm moving to Melbourne in the new year. Anyone want to start a band? So I'm like, again, like it's nice for me to see like, oh, well, he's taken some action from like all this frustration that carries through this album that he's going to Melbourne and is going to, you know, so if any Melbourne listeners are out there, you know, fucking hit this guy up. Like, it's like, this guy's amazing. Like,
He just joins Tropical Fuckstorm.
They had honorable mention. Their album was incredible this year.
Their album was really good. Yeah, I just remembered them. You mentioned Australia, and I was just like, yeah, that album was pretty sick too.
This must be the first end of year podcast where I'm not going to mention King Gizzard.
Oh my
Cheers.
god!
Yeah.
There was a period where every time we did these episodes, Jack, that every time it was a King Gizzard release, he had them on it every single.
Listen, when they're good, they're good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did they have an album? They surely
they
had.
did.
Yeah,
They
of
did
course
album
they
this
did.
year,
Of
yeah.
course they did.
It was decent. It was, you know, again, it's the only album I don't own. So,
Oh wow, that's saying a lot.
I mean, I'm gonna plan to eventually own it so I can complete the collection, but I'll probably do that when they release another album that I'm really excited about, and then I'll buy the old one.
Well, mine, because I guess we're just going to rotate. I'm going next. Mine's an artist I've never listened to before. And
Well, that's interesting.
And I found her album
How was it your favorite
Which one?
album?
How is it your favorite album?
because I just.
Never
Oh,
listened
sorry. I never listened to her
You
before.
never listened to her.
Never listened to her before. This
I
album.
read Pitchfork, and they said this was good.
Yes. Well, actually, Pitchfork didn't like this album.
Oh,
well, they did
well,
like
fuck.
it. They gave it a 7 though, but I was like, it's definitely a 9. But her name, well, it's sorry, I was calling her Samia. It's Samia, apparently is how you pronounce it. Samia, and it's her album Bloodless. She has 3 albums out beforehand, and it's a folk album, I guess you could call it. And what I love about it is because like normally I listen to big noisy fucking. This album is so delicate and so lovely the whole way through, but also very sad that I just have had it on repeat the whole year through. And it's like, it might not even be like, it's one of those ones where I'm like, it might not be the most technical album in the world or the most kind of, but I was just like, or even the, like, you know, when people say this objectively is amazing music, I was just like, but I've listened to it so much
Yeah,
that I was just like, I can't pick anything else. I found myself in tears listening to it because I'm a little baby. And I'll tell you even one, actually, there was one I was listening to before going to bed one night and I was very drunk. And I had a dream that my granny had a fall. And I woke her up very drunk because the dream made me just think about granny. And I woke up, rang my granny, didn't realize it was 6 o'clock. And thank fuck she didn't answer. But because she's 86 years of age. So that's more me being drinking too much, but more than anything else. But
Hi, Barris
Granny!
Granny.
That story's staying in. But what I really liked about it is it's one of those lovely albums where like the lyrics are kind of done like they're not straightforward lyrics. I find them kind of riddle-esque. But a lot of them are kind of like epiphany moments, in my opinion, where she's kind of just basically coming to the realization that something's not right or that something is going right, which is kind of a nice. So as they're going on, married at various different points in her life, that's kind of how the lyrics are done. In my opinion, I might be wrong, but I read this as well. Now this is from Pitchfork. This is from Pitchfork.
Right.
But apparently the inspiration for the album is in part by the inexplicable phenomenon of bovine excision, which is one of the tracks on the album, which is a favorite subject of conspiracy theorists. Cows, horses, and other livestock have been found mutilated and drained of blood worldwide, with early reports dating back to the 1960s. Using that unsettling image as a metaphor for unsolving emptiness lends unexpected drama to Samia's indie pop.
Hold the phone.
I thought that was such a stretch because I was like, the album is nowhere near as depressing as what that makes it out to be.
What's that about cows and horses being
It's
drained
like,
of blood
it's to do
since
with
the
that whole
1960s?
kind of like aliens abducting cows shit, or like vampires draining the blood of animals.
Right. But I'm like, is that a real thing?
That's a real conspiracy theory.
But
yeah.
but the cows and the horses being drained of blood.
I don't know.
I want to know, like.
What's it got to? How does it relate to the album, though?
I think it's just the feel of emptiness and within land, I guess.
Oh, right. Probably could be an easier way of phrasing.
But I just what I really like about it is it's a very deeply personal album, but I'm also kind of I don't know what's going wrong with you at the same time. And I love the production on it because, well, you can't really fuck up the production. It's just guitars and simple, but there's kind of a few kind of synthy parts in it that are nice. But it's just the first song I think perfectly exemplifies what the rest of the album is about, which is Bovine Extinction, which I'm going to play now. Jack was probably expecting me to pick the most fucking heavy, noisy thing going for this.
Yeah,
this
shitting from my nose EP or something.
Shitting from my nose is definitely a band.
They all are. They all are.
But I'll get your opinion on this one.
Untouchable. You took the door off its hinges. Dollars red in the litmus. I felt the pecan. I eat it. I felt the pecan. I eat it.
Is that not fucking gorgeous?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I don't like that type of music. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
I knew he wasn't gonna like it. I knew he wasn't gonna like it.
No, I never said I don't like it. Like it's good if that's what you're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
This is what we need. Conflict. Let's go.
Because normally it'd be Zac just going, even when his most heavy band in the world, Zac just going like, yeah.
I think
I
you're
can
very
see
agreeable.
why
I am agreeable, but I also like have a history of listening
liking-
to
yeah,
heavy
yeah, true.
shit. So, but it's more like if you like to have, I don't know, like duck every fucking 3 months. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't eat meat, but I'm trying to think of like a food analogy.
You went with duck? I suppose duck is...
Duck was the thing I
duck's
used
pretty
to
good.
love when I ate meat.
Yeah.
But you know, if you pick a certain thing, like, oh yeah, I'm in the mood for like, and I will find that in my ear. I will find like there's a week where I'm just listening to Sepultura, and that's it. Like,
Why did you say that name? I have Roots over there, and we're not listening to Roots. But so yeah, like that's a very lovely song. There's a gorgeous breakup song on it that I think is called Sacred. I actually can't. It's one of those albums that I've listened to through the whole time that I just kind of forget what they're called. But there's even like a song on it called it's like it's about being crazy at a party. It's the craziest person, and it's so funny because it starts off like it's a really nice song, and then just for every reason it just cuts mid-chorus and then just goes into another one as kind of like a just a breaking cognitive thing. It's like that kind of stuff I think is really nice on it.
My take on this is like, if anything, this is a testament to, like, you know, when people say, when you ask them what music are you into, and they go, I like a bit of everything. You like a bit of everything. You genuinely like a bit of everything.
Thank you.
Jack, thank you. Yeah, because Barra, like, I have done many of these podcasts, and it's like, again, I like heavy shit, but it's always like, and here's fucking ear decrepit or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Like, and
then it's like, and then
again,
Meek says, I like Kingfisher. I'm like, what?
Sorry, what is wrong with Kingfisher?
Hey, look,
there's nothing wrong with Kingfisher.
You're great. Anyway, so like there's more kind of, I think the third song on it has more kind of synthy elements, and then I'll show you the breakup song.
With the strength of your new core, you glide headlessly, wiping blood with your upper hand, making a wall of me firmly, trying to use your tail to conjure a new brain, even though we both know it just works the one way.
Jack, what's your opinion on that one?
As I said, like if you if you like that music, it's good. Do you know what I mean? Like I just
See, you have to bear in mind, Jack. One of my favorite albums of all time is Jubilee by Japanese Breakfast. Have you ever listened to that?
I think I've seen Japanese Breakfast. Did they support Charlie XCX or was that someone else? No, that was Beach Head.
No, that was I know what you're talking about. It wasn't Japanese Breakfast. It was Japanese something though.
Yeah.
Oh, Japanese House.
Japanese
Ah.
Japanese House. There's a
No,
song.
what's it called? On that band.
She's
I've
on.
listened
They
They're on
have
that-
a song on the Brat remix.
Yeah, they're on the
With them.
same label as 1975. That's all.
Yeah.
So are Model Actress, actually, I'm pretty sure.
Really? On that?
to them. Japanese House, I think.
Oh, it is Japanese. Okay, must be Japanese House. They're on. They have a song on the Brat remix.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
yeah. Do you like? See, my point of reference for that sort of music is I really like one Claro album. Do you like Claro?
Oh yeah, I love Claire.
Yeah,
I saw her by accident one time in Manchester.
Yeah.
She was very new, and I was in Manchester on my own. I just was like, "Oh, there's an artist called Claro playing." I remember Lily going. Lily was like, "What the fuck?" He just walked in and watched Claro. It's like, yeah,
Yeah, like that's as far as I go with that sort of music. And with the album with Sophia on it is Immunity. That's a very good one.
Immunity. Yeah.
Yeah. But apart from that, I'm not into that music. So
that's okay. That's fair enough. But I'll play one more. I'll play the breakup song, which I thought it just has that line, that killer line, and it might not even be just a fantastic song, but just the line particularly was like, I don't know. I just thought it was it hit home.
Playing the piano at your parents' house. I know you didn't ask me to, but I wanted you to love me like you hate me now. Ooh, you never loved me like you hate me now. Ooh, you never loved me like you hate me now. Ooh, you never loved me like you hate me now. Ooh, you never loved me like you hate me now.
Like it's probably not, I don't know, it's probably not massively simple to put those arrangements together, but just there's just something very kind of just laid flat out bare, super kind of personal, super emotional, and just fucking gorgeous lyrics and beautiful guitar licks as well. I just think it's a wonderful album, and I've been listening to it since it came out, nearly on repeat, pretty much. I listened to it at least once a week since it came out, but I've started to
To
finish.
the audio listeners at home, I can see that
Jack doesn't care.
most of the album on Barra's streaming service are liked, except for 3.
Yeah, well,
You know,
no, but I like
I'm
all,
sure you
I
still
like
like
all of
them.
it. I like all of it.
But he's made an effort to go out of the way to
Not
mark
like the
most
other
of
ones.
it as liked song. Yeah, that says something.
Because I normally just play it in
You
full.
can't hide from
I
the
normally
liked.
just play it in full. I'm an album guy. I'm not a tracks guy.
I know you're an album guy.
Do you know, I got
but you
called-
can't hide from that. You love this album by most of them are like individually. No, this
I
one
got
song.
I got called on that. I got called on this last year when we did the metal one. Like Steve from Grey Stag was just like, I noticed you didn't like the 4 other tracks with that album. What's wrong with those? I was like, no,
Nothing wrong with
I like
them.
all of them. But yeah, that's my pick. And like, I was like, oh, I could pick something fucking like a big Viagra Boys or something like that. I was like, but I didn't listen to that nearly as much as I listened to this. So I was like, it has to be this. The only one that came close was Anna von Hasswolf's album. I can never pronounce her surname, called Iconoclast, which was like, it had Iggy Pop did a guest vocal on it, which was brilliant. So did Ethel Cain. But the only problem was it was an hour and 20 minutes. I was like, it's too long to call my favorite album because it was like I never really got fully through it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which it was just too long. But it's kind of that string arrangement, beautiful singing, lovely music, but it was just too long. It was the same with Rosalia's album, was fantastic with the string arrangements as well. But I just was like only like 5 songs, so I can't pick it as my favorite. But anyway, that is my favorite, Bloodless by Samia. I thought for some reason I didn't think she was American, but she's American.
I could hear that. Yeah.
Kind of Midwest, yeah. But Jack, before
not your
the
cup
more
of tea,
the more
Jack, is
episodes
it?
we do like this, you're going to realize that I do like really
Yeah,
girly, emotional
yeah.
music.
Which is, I need to be like, if I was, before I started doing music journalism, I was very like, if someone played something
Why
that
did you do that? You literally do it. You write for the
You
Goop.
do it. You do it. It's the Irish in you. It's the Irish in you.
you
Jack.
do right for the good. But
shrug.
I just be like, I could never differentiate from it's not for me and that shit. Do you know what I mean? Which is something I had to learn. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Moving on.
moving on. Jax thinks my pick is shit. But moving on. Let's see what your pick is, smart arse. We'll see.
I don't think
do you
it's.
remember what, I said to you?
I remember what I said.
Okay, ready?
And Jack,
ready?
you're gonna say it.
We do
I'm
it
gonna
on
high
three.
five him if he's right. If
Should we
he's
name
right or
on
not.
3? Will I count down? We all.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Turnstile.
Turnstile, never enough.
You.
Virtual high five. Just like an amazing album, best album of the year.
It couldn't have been
It's a
anything else.
cracker.
You mention them every time I speak to you.
It's a cracker.
The two bands that always come up every single time myself and Jack speak. Turnstile. What's the other one? There we go. He's wearing the hoodie.
Careers. The lads.
But they didn't release an album this year, so we can't really.
No, just a couple of bangers singles.
Erasure.
Just one.
Oh, just one. Yeah.
Just the one.
Yeah.
Another one coming out. Anyway.
I mean, I think like obviously I think since last year the way we can measure what has been the defining album for I'm comparing it to obviously a way bigger commercial album, but obviously we're aware of what a Brat summer is. I think Turnstile had a bit of a Turnstile summer, or at least a Turnstile year. Is that a fair comparison?
I think there's been a few people, and it's been lovely to see that have had a Brat summer.
Yeah.
I think Fontaine's had a weird Brat tie over of like kind of summer.
Yeah.
To the point where they're massive. Turnstile for fucking sure.
Yeah.
CMAT.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't know, maybe there's
Taylor
someone else.
Swift.
But yeah, I know what you're saying. Like where they've just kind of
Become a
pushed
thing.
into every aspect of like any person who likes music who liked heavy stuff at any time has connected with that album. I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's be real. Like as a massive hardcore fan, as the designated hardcore,
the hardcore
fan,
in the room.
they have transcended their genre.
Yeah.
As in, like they've done something that nobody else has done with that particular genre. Is that they've made it commercially viable while still maintaining a little bit of their like they're nowhere near as hardcore as they used to be, but they've kept their old fans. Like there's a couple of fucking naysayers that kind of go, they're not real hardcore. And to be honest, I'm kind of like a little bit like that, but I'm just like, they've been playing.
The world is on fire, Barra.
But no, as I said,
people aren't going en masse to hardcore gigs anymore. And Turnstile are out here doing something where I'm like, do you know what? If people are into this again, which I've been into and I still am into, I'm delighted to see them
but
sail
they've
that
also
ship
been playing
and
that.
fucking
They've been
do it.
playing
Like,
that style of music for over 10 years, I believe.
Yeah.
The idea that a band are not allowed to evolve in any way is bogus for me. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
They've evolved in a way where they're kind of like, we're still heavy. We still like they were never an extreme hardcore band anyway.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they really weren't. They have the ethos and the attitude, but they were never you know, with sick breakdowns and all that kind of stuff. But they what they've done with their genre and how they've managed to transport fans that are not hardcore fans into that scene and balance the two with the new fans and the old is just, it's very commendable. Like the first Glow On. Let's let Jack explain.
Well, obviously, so my like I'm someone like as he describes that like if Turnstile probably didn't blow up massively, I probably wouldn't be into them now. I did when Glow On came out, I was into them. So my point of reference of how I get into hardcore bands is watching Outbreak sets on YouTube. Another band in that genre I love is Show Me the Body, and I got into them through watching Outbreak sets. So that's how I got into Turnstile, was watching, I think it was Outbreak 22 or 23. But yeah, like it's just it's almost similar to when I talk about Eclipse, is that, or even the way we were describing the Brat Summer, they've just become a thing and an entity rather than just a band in the scene. Like there is a movement around them now, and like regardless of the music, I said this when I was talking about the gig, real sense of they haven't lost the sense of community and just, you know, being all about community. And like we were talking about the gig, that there was visuals on stage, but the album itself just, it's an absolute blast from start to finish. And it's so like an album that can just transport you to a certain place. Like when I listen to Never Enough, I didn't even mention the name of the album, Never Enough. Like it just kind of, it's so weird to say. It just kind of brings me this, the color of the album just kind of washes over me, kind of like blue. And I just feel brought to this place that like, I don't know. I mean, the first song, Never Enough, is just kind of it's like when you're on a roller coaster and you're kind of you're going up, and then it drops and you're going down and it never stops to the end. And so, like, you can see a roller coaster going up and then it kind of going, but like there's so many different sounds. Like there's, so many people have compared this album to like sounds like The Police and people like that. Like there's certain songs.
The Police?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
wave thing going on.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Like
Seeing Stars.
What's that song? Seeing Stars. Yeah, exactly.
It's Message in a Bottle. They're nearly identical, and then you still have the absolute killer. Like Birds is just. I mean, Birds has just become its own thing. That like I find myself now like just kind of going on YouTube and watching different clips of Birds because all of them are just amazing. And yeah, it's a fantastic album that has so many different
on YouTube, just watching clips of different birds.
Yeah,
Turnstile will go so well to this.
With that heron, that North Dublin heron.
You want to see a photo of Jack at the?
I thought you were saying
gig?
like the bird sanctuary. Oh,
Yeah.
That's class.
For anyway, I'll post it up in the clip. That was during Gurriers, but yeah.
No, that was during Turnstile.
Oh, was it? It was during Turnstile. Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah. But as I said to Barry on the last one was like, I was literally up for about like 4 seconds, and the amount of people texting me was like, "Were you not watching the fucking gig?" Like, it was literally. You swear they brought me up on stage, but yeah, the album is just. It's just like it's just kind of defined my year this year. Has been just loving Turnstile so much and seeing them live again, similar to Model Actress, has made them so better, but. I don't know. They are a band now that I feel it's similar to Fontaine's last year, where it's like you've had this album that has just catapulted you. What do you do next? Because and it's similar to Brat as well. Like there is these albums that are coming around now that are like just bringing like flocks of people towards an act and a fan base. Where I don't know. These are the kind of like obviously they're not as big, but I always think like these are the Beatlemania for this generation. That these massive,
in a smaller sense, but these days the internet makes like the smaller sense things like that would be small in just Ireland or just the UK because everyone around the world can collectively like put their 10% of the country or whatever it is fan base into it. Gives an energy, as you say, to the internet of like bands like Turnstile, where like
there is a feeling around them, like they're really like. The fact that they did 3 Arena, I mean, if you told me that this time last year, like Turnstile 3 Arena, you'd be like,
bear in mind, by the way, it was upgraded.
Yeah,
it was.
The
National Stadium first, and then they upgraded because the demand was so high.
Yeah. And like, just your man's voice, Brendan, it's just like, and I've heard people's reason for not liking Turnstile is his voice. His voice
put me off when I started listening
I
to
would
the
say, as someone who grew up listening to a lot of like hardcore and like pop punk and like bands with that kind of
like
that
kind of
sort of voice or whatever. I initially, when I listened to the album, I loved it, but then I kind of was like, I feel like the vocals for me could have been doing more. And then the more I've sat with the album and listened to it, I actually go, do you know what? I now think I could pick his voice out from the crowd. Let's say it's kind of connected with me, and
because it was,
I don't even think
there was like a shitty pop punk band that sang very similar to him, and I was kind of, so when I heard it that we saw them, they were after we saw Let Live and Fibbers, they were played the next week. It was the one
Story So Far.
Because no. And by the way, like obviously I haven't listened to Story So Far in years.
Same.
Because I remember I got knocked out at that gig. I got concussed at that gig. But that's what his voice reminded me of, even though they probably don't sound anything like each other at all. I was just like, why is the voice so kind of clean over such a fucking rad kind of skater hardcore punk thing? Once you get into it, you're like, fuck yeah, it's great.
I don't think his voice does enough to put like personally, obviously I like his voice, but I think the music itself and the guitar tones and the drumming, like the drummer is insane. I think that does enough to kind of bypass. Like sometimes there's bands like that where I used to not be mad on Amy Taylor's voice from Alvin and the Sniffers, but then I've kind of just been like, the music's fucking incredible that it kind of works. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, I feel like that with Turnstile, where it's like the whole album is just, it's an absolute roller coaster. And they got trumpets going on. There's songs that sound like it's so innovative. Like it really is. And I can see why people that might have followed them since fucking 1970, the way people go on, they might have gripes with them changing. And like, look, I was at the show in the Three Arena. I'm sure there was people there who got into them 2 months ago, but you know what? Who fucking cares? I think we need a big band to root for it. And like, we have a good few, but like to have a band that could do massive arenas that are still, showing
we need as
smaller
many of
bands.
those bands as we can get, baby. We all grew up probably.
Did you call
around
him
similar
baby?
Time. I'm saying baby in general. The collective baby, not
Okay,
the
baby.
direct romantic baby. The collective baby, like baby. We gotta get as many of those bands as we can get.
Yeah.
It's like I remember growing up and like it'd be bands that are all different genres. We had the fucking MTV. I'm getting all nostalgic now, but like MTV fucking Kerrang, Scuzz or whatever.
Yeah.
You'd be able to watch bands and have known nothing about them and then get into them from just like one song. You'd be like, oh, they're class. And there's like still bands to say that I wouldn't know their back catalogs, but I'd be like Evanescence. I'm like, yeah, love that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, like even for me, like I'm 23, and when I was growing, my teenage years was dominated by rap music because there wasn't really bands. Like there was
rap was in the fucking apex.
You were in a category
rap
of rap
for the
that was
last fucking
crazy.
15 years has been killer. Like,
yeah, like the,
Like
and
for us,
even
sorry, go
like,
on.
no, just like the bands that. Like the bands that I was really into that first got me out of liking rap music was older bands like Blur, Gorillaz, Stone Roses, and then it was stuff like Idols. But it was just not. I could never see them doing Three Arena. It was just so alien to me that there would be massive. It still feels niche to some extent, but whereas Turnstile doesn't. Do you know what I mean?
I'm with you.
Sure,
Yeah.
like for our I might be speaking out of turn, but for our age group, like we were in the age group of like where just hard rock music was just having a fucking renaissance.
Oh, like what?
Like Biffy.
Oh yeah,
fucking Twin Atlantic.
But they're
Papa
not even, but you're
Roach.
saying that, and they're not even like Papa Roach, yeah. But like Biffy and Twin Atlantic, Biffy had a little bit of mainstream thing, whatever. Twin Atlantic
didn't actually. Twin Atlantic were a bad example.
They were kind of on the tail end of that
yeah.
thing, and then they kind of.
But like we had My Chemical Romance and
My Chemical Romance
we
and-
had Blink. What?
I love it. One of their albums. My
Oh, I
favorite.
thought you said. I thought you said fuck that band, and I was I'm about to kick somebody off the podcast.
No. Killjoys something. What's
yeah,
the
make some noise or whatever.
Hated that album when it came out.
I
Fucking brilliant
love
album.
that.
It's a great
I
album.
love that album. It's
Destroyer,
incredible.
fucking unbelievable song.
Party Poison. Oh,
Party Poison's great. By the way,
Yeah.
like Jack, just while we're talking about what you call it, Turnstile. Have you ever listened to a band called Trash Talk?
no.
Give them a go. So it's
Trash Talk?
kind of like I'm going to get murdered for saying this, but music wise, they'd be very similar to Turnstile, but it's a vocal of a very gravelly man.
Okay. Sounds.
They're signed to Odd Future Records, if that has you interested at all. So they have a music video called FEBN, and it's shot on the Odd Future studio. So all of Odd Future in the music video, fucking stuff up. But they were my number one rapped artist on Spotify. I've loved them for years, but they're really good. They're
Definitely
like
good.
an old Sacramento hardcore band. They're great. But before we move on to Zach's pick, we need to pick a few Turnstile songs to listen to before we move
it's
on.
hard. One of so the song "Look Out for Me," the ending of it. This kind of sums up the mad sounds. It's like a fucking EDM song. It turns into. It's the last. I have the timestamps. I sent you the timestamps before you told
Yeah,
me.
go on. Well, no, just tell me what it is.
Look out
Look out for me.
Class.
Yeah. So the start of that, like, have you heard that before, Barry? Like, I know you're not.
Yeah, I've listened to the album before. Yeah.
The start of that is nothing, like that. It's just classic, Turnstile. So, and that section of the song is when is so when they leave the stage when they're playing, and that's when they pan to the crowd, like when I came up on stage. So, but at Primavera, it was, I think they had just the backdrop was visuals of just the ocean, and as I said, it was, you can see why that would be really calming.
Wait, Jack, you got to fill me on the lore here. You were on stage at Turnstile?
No, I was on the picture.
They're famous for letting people on stage.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, I was
No, I
like,
would
I'd
have.
like to know.
Yeah, I would have. See, the 2 times I seen them, now the jump from the stage to the crowd would
It's
have
too
been
far.
Yeah, I was on stage with Enola Gay this year. That's my claim to fame.
You were. Did you
let me
sing
press
a little
the
bit as well? Didn't you? You got on the mic. Did you get on the mic at all together now for Enola Gay? Didn't you?
It was more kind of like they let me press a button on one of the pedals and then kind of like do a bit of a Bez from Happy Mondays and just kind of jump around and then
Classic.
I remember it was the same with the same stage when Jenny Beth was on. She was doing her DJ set, and I'll put it this way: it was at 2:00 in the morning, and there's a few loosey goosey people going around. And she invited everybody up, and the security guys was like, "What are you doing? Get them all off now!" And she goes, "Oh," to kick them all off.
It's so funny because, like, if you do that in the Netherlands for whatever reason, there's no security and they can just get up on the stage.
There's no security in the Netherlands.
I mean, there must be somewhere, but from my experience, if you play in the Netherlands and you do something like that, we're like, "Hey, get up on stage." They'll fucking get up and no one will fucking interfere.
That's
in
class.
that. Yeah, it's class. No one was hurt.
Yeah, because people are respectful. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's what Outbreak is like. That Outbreak is known for that, you know.
do you know, by the way, Jack, I've been to the venue that Outbreak happens at. It's the same venue that Damnation happens at.
Yeah,
And one of
you
the things
said.
that blows my mind is that so where the merch stand is at Damnation is outdoors. It's a big tent on tarmac. Concrete.
Tarmac.
There's a stage there at Outbreak, which is like one of the most, like, it's a proper hardcore festival to the point that I'm pretty sure if you buy a ticket to Outbreak, you have to
Sign a
sign a
waiver.
waiver that you won't get hurt. If you get hurt, you can't sue the venue.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I think
Which I stand in a way I stand for. Unless the venue had spikes everywhere or on the ground, then I'd be like, yeah, fair enough.
I always
like,
find it's the
you
same
fall
with, like,
on the venue ground is the same like falling. There's a gig on happening.
I believe I was I think is it Dolan's in Limerick or not Dolan's in Limerick? It's the one where there's a venue in Limerick where the Siege of Limerick happens at. I think it's Dolan's, but they can't have mosh pits at their shows anymore because some lad got injured in a mosh pit and sued them. And I was like, in my opinion, if you go into a mosh pit, unless you get pushed in,
You're
But it's not-
signing
but
a
it's not-
contract by jumping into the pit.
but it's not on the
Right.
it's not on the venue. You should be
How do you
suing the guy who
stop that?
pushed you in.
Yeah.
How do you stop mosh pits happening? Like how?
So massive amount of security.
Yeah, they tried to do that in Two Arena at time. I'm in Turnstile. Like they were kind of
Yeah, they have to. Like it. Like I understand it as well. Like I'm never going to get annoyed at security guards unless they're fucking dickheads. But at the same time, like if they're being a bit like, I remember watching you play with Sprints. There was a security guy breaking up a mosh pit.
Where?
And Sam, do you, it was that all together now when you're
Oh,
playing. You're
yeah.
playing the stage,
Guinness
the
stage.
the
Yeah,
Guinness
we were
stage. And
slagging them.
Sam just goes, "Here, security man, you don't need to be in there. Just let the guys be in and have fun." And your man like did a weird.
he
kinda,
fully flipped him off,
Turned
like,
around
he
and
turned
kind
around
of
and, like-
he did this.
Yeah, he did a
and
little
then
flip
he
off.
did like this. And then Sam goes, what is he goes, "Don't fucking flip me off." He goes, "Fuck you." And he goes, "Everybody, fuck the security guard." And the security just stand there with everybody going, "Nah."
We're not
turned
anti-security
into
guards,
a-
but
No,
if
I know
you're a
you're not.
security
He
guard
was
who's
a-
anti
he was-
us, then fuck you.
he was having a bad day.
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
furious
he's
that he
probably
was
bad day.
there, and he's like, "I'm gonna just piss off everybody by ruining their." But I thought he gave the bitchiest middle finger back to Sam.
Yeah, it was
it
yeah, because I remember that because he hid it from the audience, like he like put it in his like under his armpit. It was like flipping.
And I was standing right next to him.
that
I was in
last
front of him, and I was like, "Boo, boo!"
Not last year altogether now.
yeah,
last year. No, not the one just gone.
Yeah, I
The
was
year
there, I
before.
was-
2024.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, 24. Yeah, I was there. Yeah. I think we were meant to do an interview, but I never have.
Monday.
Monday, interesting. Yeah, I think we might see us again at All Together now.
Do
Who
you
knows?
have a few days to announce, or
I'm just saying, I might personally, as Zach, be at All Together now next year. I don't know if it's announced.
No, we might too.
We might.
The first headliner's out tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Jack. That's what I'm wondering. We're not headlining for sure. No.
You headline?
No.
Who
But
is?
it depends if they announce just the headliners.
Tell me. Well,
Some.
will we move on? Jack, do you have any closing remarks on Never Enough by Turnstile?
Good album.
Fucking deadly.
Yeah.
I love that. concise.
It is though. It is.
Yeah, no, it's a great album. It's a great album.
Yeah,
I've
it's
walked
pretty
into shops. I've walked into shops where they would, me and Barrett, we're unk now. Have you heard this?
Yeah, we're unk.
We're unk.
Yeah,
We're unk now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
me
it's
too.
like, I don't think I ever remember at any point a band like Turnstile being played in like a fucking H&M, right?
But so- yeah.
There were bands that were played in H&M or whatever, like the Drums or someone, or like indie bands or MGMT or whatever, but never the hardcore stuff. And then Turnstile's one of these bands where it's like they actually get played in public spaces.
But sure, like I remember driving home. Well, I wasn't driving, but my friend Luke was driving us home from All Together Now, and he was playing. He's a big like Nick Drake singer songwriter. He's a beautiful musician himself.
Beautiful person.
I wish he's well. That's debatable, but he is.
Luke, if you're
he's
out
amazing.
there,
He's
wink,
amazing.
wink.
But he loves these kind of like really delicate, beautiful songs. It's what like Andy Schaaf and that kind of stuff. And then we were in the car. He actually played Samia as well in the car. But we're driving down, and suddenly a Turnstile song comes on. I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "You're into Turnstile now?" And he's just like, "I think they're amazing." And I was like, I love seeing that because like they went from a fringe band to just now an accepted band that people are kind of like, yeah, we should be embracing this style of music more. And even on I know Reddit is in the epicenter for culture. But like the hardcore subreddit, there's so many new members because they're like, I got into Turnstile, now I'm checking out. And it's very young people going like, I checked out other hardcore and I really like it. So that'd be my. I think that'd
be headlining festivals very soon, and rightly so.
Yeah.
They are,
with another album like fucking Never Enough and Glow On.
They're doing All Together Now, aren't they?
I don't know. I've no idea who's doing All Together Now.
you know what?
I just know I'll be there on the Saturday at the, what is it called? The tent? Something kind of
wonderful.
Yeah, I feel like
You
I'll
know
be in the crowd there. Yeah.
You said they think they do All Together Now. The All Together Now teaser that they put up was like first announcement, had birds chirping in the background. I don't know if I'm reaching there.
Oh,
could be geese.
Or could be clips.
Yeah. I think it's going to be Kneecap.
It can't be geese because they're playing EP.
Yeah.
And if you can rule out basically any of the bands that are announced for EP are going to be exclusive. And
did you
not gonna
find
be
just on the thing? I found EP looking at the bands that were playing it. I was just like, are they not just copying the All Together Now?
Yeah, it's
Kinda, yeah.
Like, is it CMAT and Fontaines are playing it?
Yeah, CMAT, Fontaines. There's someone else who's really good. I can't remember.
Gorillas.
Geese, obviously. Gorillas, yeah.
Oh,
Gorillas makes sense.
Gorillas is pretty cool.
Gibson's fine. That's
but
massive. For
no,
me.
honestly, I've not been enticed to go to EP for years.
No,
based on-
me neither.
My last experience of EP, I said I'd never go again. I fucking hated it.
Yeah,
Remember, I came back to the tent and was vomit all over it.
I did want to go this year for
Wasn't
Chapel
mine,
Rowan.
by the way.
Actually, I really wanted to see Chapel Rowan live.
My issue with
But I heard it was kind of shit as a Chapel Rowan fan. I talked to one of my friends who's a Chapel Rowan
it's too
fan.
big.
It's too big, and she was saying that like the atmosphere of the crowd was like very like, we're here to fucking like be at the thing and not to celebrate the like inherent like queerness and weirdness and like wonderful like Chapel Rowan, like, you know, like a drag show, which is what she tries to do as a.
I find that with most of EP, like, oh no, you know what? Because we can go down a rabbit hole, and I don't want to be here all night. But like, just I found with EP, I find like just there's something very kind of pick me about it. It's kind of like I'm here just for like my social media likes and that kind of shit. And
I think it's more I'm here
it's
just to get pissed, and like that's the way I see it.
Like, look, I was young myself, but when I was there, like 28 years of age, it was just like everybody here is fucked off their face to an annoying degree, to a really irritating degree. Anyway, moving on. Last pick.
So this is me, Zach, hopping on the mic again, just to say we've talked about Turnstile, talking about how there's kind of a movement, a wave, like an excitement around this band. It's like people are flocking to this thing.
It's a piss grave.
It's Piss Grave. Piss Grave! With the song that everyone knows. Everybody sing along. Yeah, it's classic. No. I was talking to my partner Alice today about trying to decide, because I'm very last minute with these kind of podcast things. I was trying to decide what my favorite album was, and I was like, either I talk about my favorite album or I talk about another album that I love that no one else is talking about, but I couldn't lie. And my favorite album this year is Geese Getting Killed.
Yay!
Yeah.
I knew you said
Here we
flock.
go.
I knew you said flocking. I was like,
Yeah, I that wasn't even a thing, but thanks
Yeah.
for picking up on that, making me sound smarter and more put together than I am, Jack. Thank you.
sorry.
Yeah, this again. In some ways, it needs no introduction, but in a lot of ways, it does need an introduction because like Geese were the last time I checked in. You know, as I say that because I obviously like was obsessed with Cameron Winter's solo album at the end of last year, which floored me because I had been a fan of their music as a band, and then I heard a solo album which just honestly like reached into my chest and touched my little heart, and it just connected with me. His heavy metal album, thought it was beautiful. And I didn't know that Geese were releasing an album this year until I found out they were releasing an album this year on the same day that fucking Sprints were releasing our album that we spent all year working on or whatever.
Is that true? It's the same day.
Exact same day, yeah, buddy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think like most of us in Sprints are really big fans of Geese. I was certainly going into it thinking, yeah, like Geese are class, but we'll still release an album. People hear it. It's like, no, you release an album the same week as Getting Killed by Geese, the album of probably the decade. Even though we're 2025, we're halfway through. You know, it's a tough
The Lonely
week.
Island were even talking about it on their podcast. They're like,
You know what I mean?
Andy
You know
Samberg was
what-
like, I just have to mention, by the way, the new Geese album fucking rules. And it was just like, what are we? This is the
fucking
Lonely
rules.
Island podcast.
Well, Julian
Um,
Casablancas nearly compared Cameron Winter to himself, which is like,
Oh,
Oh, that's very nice of him.
because I would also
that's a-
compare.
it's like,
I would also compare.
he's a
Geese
genius.
and Cameron
Like
Winter
me.
to Julian Casablancas.
yeah.
Except I feel, even though I love the Strokes, and no disclaimer, like obviously the music of the Strokes like is kind of to me timeless. A lot of their songs, but with Cameron Winter, I'm more fascinated by him as a person than I
yeah.
would be with Julian Casablancas. I suppose we've
You
had
know what you're
characters.
getting with Julian Casablancas sort of thing.
Mm.
You know,
What was the band that Julian Casablancas really
The
hated?
Void? No, sorry,
He hated a band. He hated something that came out recently. He was very annoyed about it. I can't remember. Anyway,
Well, if it wasn't Geese, I don't know why he was annoyed because Geese.
no,
is the
there was
closest
somebody who
thing
said
to-
that was shit recently and it was very funny. Oh, sorry, it's not a band. It was Anthony Fantano.
Oh.
But I thought he
He's a
interviewed him.
He's a serious gripe with Anthony Fantano.
Really?
Yeah, he's like he doesn't know anything about music.
I don't know.
Anyway,
But yeah, Geese Getting Killed for me has just been the album, even though it came out like 3 months ago. It's my most listened to album of the year. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I haven't seen Friends in a long time, and you're the only friend I think that's into music that I haven't seen in a while that hasn't listened to Geese. Because every other friend that I run into since September till now, like even like 2 weeks ago, it's like at some point the penny drops. Geese?
had
And
Owen listened to it?
Owen Regan?
Yeah.
I haven't probably
He
chatted to
probably
Owen.
he probably fucking did.
He probably has.
Yeah.
But I feel like I haven't had one-on-one time with Owen since it come out. So
It's just it's the I don't know what the effect is called, but it's just I keep hearing about them so much. I'm just like I'm just not going to check them out.
I used to
see,
be
the
like
thing
that.
is with Geese, if I can't like
What'd
What
you
was
say,
it?
Jack?
I used to be. I'm like that with TV shows.
Yeah, I'm super like that with TV shows.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another conversation. I didn't check Breaking Bad out for fucking ages. Anyway,
I still haven't.
well, that's
Breaking Bad.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Geese, that's a good comparison. Geese are
That's
like
ridiculous.
to me. I feel about Geese as Breaking Bad. You know, like similar.
Breaking Bad was a slow burn.
yeah,
It didn't-
and
it
Geese
didn't
was
get-
a slow
Breaking
burn.
Nobody listened. Nobody
Projector-
watched Breaking Bad until
Yeah.
season 3.
Projector is a fine album. It's good. It's not like mind blowing. It's like it came out in around that whole like Fontaine's Black Midi, Shame, Murder Capital, whatever, that kind of like era of
The
like
windmill.
Yeah.
late 2020s, early 2021s thing. It was fine. Then when 3D Country came out, 2023, I was on my first big holiday outside of the country in Mexico, and I was on a bus through Mexico for like 3 weeks. And every time I'd get to the desert, I would just put on 3D Country and I would just look out the window and just get obsessed with it. I loved it. It was so weird. It made no sense. It was like the Rolling Stones, except if they were playing math rock on crack cocaine. Like that's how I felt about how it sounded.
Do you agree?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
No,
not mad
I've never
on that.
listened to them.
Really?
Yeah, like I feel like it's I don't know. This is obviously their magnum opus. Do you know what I mean? Like this,
So far,
you
anyway,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, but like I didn't even read. Like I'll put my hands up. I didn't know them back then, but I didn't even know. Like they played the Sound House here, and I only found that
What?
out. Yeah, they played the Sound House, and I only found this out because a friend of mine who's in a band was asked to support them, and he just said to me like I don't know if they'll listen this far. They were asked to support them, and I didn't even know that they played here in the Sound House. Yeah, yeah.
He just said, I
like-
don't know if they'll listen to this far. Then what is that?
But like 3D Country, while a quality album, like had not the impact that like this one has had.
No,
And again, that if to be honest, the hype around it made me when I first listened to it like it less because I just heard it was like this kind of sounds like the first listen I had. I really loved it, but I was like, this sounds like Cameron Winter's solo album too. And that's what I said to Carla in the band. I was like the next day we were on tour when it came. I was like, yeah, as I listen to Geese, like I like it, but it just kind of it's lost the geeseness of the 3D Country, and it sounds like Cameron Winter has just like converted them all to his own like philosophy.
Like what happened with the Art of Monkeys?
are you saying getting killed is like his solo?
I suppose it's the vocal styling of
Yeah,
compared to 3D Country where it's much more wild and kind of like you don't
Goofy,
really know where he's
yeah.
going, and he sounds completely insane while at the same
Yeah.
time having things to say.
yeah.
I
Because
suppose in 3D
musically,
Country,
I
there's
don't
kind
think
of
it is.
there's a in 3D Country, even though it's bombastic and like the Rolling Stones and classic rock, there's a kind of like impersonalness in some ways to like how the vocals come across. Whereas I find with 3D Country, it's like you're like continuing like hearing the inside of this man's brain. Is that how I feel about this album? It's like the lyrics, the music. I have to give a shout out to the fucking guitar player Emily Green, who she
Oh.
just like like what's the word? Her guitar lines in this album are so like stuck to my soul. Even
Yeah.
though they're never flashy. They're doing something not simple is the word, but not like mad.
Yeah,
But there's little touches to the performance of it that just like make it so catchy. Like what's that song?
is it Islands of Men?
Islands of Men. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at once I really love an album, I forget the names of songs, but I remember all the like
Yeah.
notes and stuff. And
It's this sort of didn't. Do you know what it reminds me of? You know the song "Comeback Girl"? It's my comeback girl.
yeah, I
Shall
wrote that
we-
in my notes. I said like
will we
it
put it on?
literally sounds like Republic of Loose.
Comeback Girl.
fucking,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
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 Will we listen to it? That's a
Yeah.
good segue, I think.
I presume, Zach, you've seen the From the Basement.
Yeah, of course. Oh,
Fucking
it's-
amazing. Oh,
Which from the basement, before you put this on, Barra,
yeah.
another one of the points I wanted to make was like the drumming on this album. When my first listen that I had thinking about Cameron Winter's solo album going into this, I was like, oh, the percussion and the rhythm is amazing, but like, you know, it's just layered up in the studio or whatever. Like, again, it's really cool, but like, you know, it's like something that's been like chipped away on. And then you watch the In the Basement session and the drummer, I think I wrote down
Yeah.
his name because I wanted to remember
Yeah.
because he's just so good. I've lost the name.
Travis
Anyway,
Barker.
No, it's like Ben or something. I don't know. The drummer of Geese, he is doing such brilliant creative drumming in a way, like in the way Ringo Starr, where it's like Ringo Starr doesn't stand out at you, and then the Geese album, it's like you hear all this percussion, this like vibe that you're so used to hearing people overproduce percussion tracks, and then you watch the In the Basement thing, you're like, no, that guy's carrying. He is the fucking backbone of that album,
Yeah.
where like
Yeah.
his little things have been taken out, like he'll play it live, but then in the studio they have
Yeah.
removed him playing it and added in like other percussion to do what he was doing. He's sensational, and he
Yeah.
is like the Angus Young of this. If I'm going to use a AC/DC reference, he is like the Angus Young of this band, where it's like that drumming is undeniable.
Yeah.
And again, the Basement session really highlights that, because obviously, like as
Yeah.
it all comes together,
I-
it's quite. Wait, go on.
It's like when I listened to it first, I liked it. I said, this is a good album, I'll save it. But then the From the Basement was like, I fucking love this. And I'm, like, I think you nearly, I don't know if you'd be worth watching In the Basement first, but you know yourselves that it highlights. And to bring In the Basement, like In the Basement don't do a lot of, sessions.
No, yeah.
Just
Like
for anybody who doesn't know, including myself, what is In the Basement?
It's like KXP, but it's a lot more. It's not as
right,
free.
okay.
I think
Yeah.
is
Like Audio Tree and that kind of stuff.
it's
Is it?
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Radiohead have for me the
Legendary.
epitome
In
of
Rainbow.
in the basement session, in Rainbow Session. Yeah, exactly. Where it's like
Amazing, yeah.
they're doing a live session, but the fidelity and the quality of the recording of that like live as you see it session is just like studio quality, if
Okay.
not better, because you can kind of hear the energy of like they're all in the room together and like
Mm.
and there's like literally I've watched videos of like Audio Haze or whatever talking about how the mics are set up in the basement sessions to capture like the
Yeah.
drum track or to capture the, like it's a really again you could release the in the basement sessions as full
Yeah.
albums or
Okay.
full
They
things and they
should.
would sound they should they exactly
Yeah.
they should
Idols
Record Store
did a
Day.
fantastic in the basement as well.
They
for
did and Crawler it was
Connor,
fantastic.
yeah.
Love that
Um,
album.
But
What's the song? What's the song you wanted? Because like, bear in mind, like, I haven't listened to Geese before. So
Islands
so
of
I
Men.
would-
what'd you say? Island of Men.
Islands of Men
Well,
is
I
the
would
weird-
I would say if Barra's never listened to Geese before, like the first song I have cleared recently a party at Other Voices that we were hosting in our gaff, where we had listened to the full Lily Allen album, which is amazing. Actually,
Yeah, it's
should
a
have been
good
on my
album.
mentions. It's amazing Lily Allen album. We played the whole thing. It was like 4 a.m, and then me and Noah were like, "Fuck it, let's put on Geese." But I should have started with Cobras.
Of course, he did that
because
with Niall.
no, because I'd witnessed this beautiful moment where all the gals in the house were singing along to Lily Allen, and it meant such a deep, guttural thing to them, and it was beautiful. I was joining in; it was class. And then I was like, "Yeah, Niall, they've had the full 40 minutes of Lily Allen. Let's play Geese." I played Trinidad, which again, because I just started. I didn't have the phone. I said, "Put on Geese." And then they put it on, and I was like, "Oh, if they'd started on Cobras, it would have been a different buzz." But like Trinidad is
Good.
like funkadelic mixed with Rage Against the Machine.
Okay.
I would say.
Take it on, bucket.
I tried.
I could go on about this album.
Well, that was
I could
interesting.
say, like the first song is such a fucking like punch in the face.
Yeah.
And again, I've talked to friends who have found like think like again perspective of like the song is called Trinidad and the chorus is "There's a bomb in my car." And again, I don't personally know enough about the history of Trinidad or any kind of stuff or whatever, but thinking like, this is mad that they're saying that. And then for me, when I heard this album, I was like, the bomb in my car chorus is kind of the ultimate like modern day fuck you, I won't do what you tell me, as in like
that's a great
identify
album.
me as a fucking terrorist. There's a bomb
Yeah.
in my car. I don't agree with the way that the world is working. There's a bomb in my car. Again, I don't think Geese fans have bombs in their cars. I don't think Geese have bombs in their cars, but it's the
You know
sentiment
what?
of like
They seem a weird bunch, so
yeah, but it's the sentiment of
Yeah.
like absolutely fuck you, the world, the system, whatever. I
Yeah.
have a bomb in my
What,
car.
are their fans
Don't-
like Garden fans, or are they meant to be? Are their fans meant to be weird, or?
the
Do you like the
fans are just
Garden?
forming off of this album,
Yeah, I love
really.
the Garden.
I think.
yeah, the guys are great. I've gone into them. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of references to horses on this album. There's a lot of like through lines in the lyrics, which I love. But like, there's a lot of reference to horses. I don't know why, but again, just overall as a band, it reminded me most of all, to be honest, of the Beatles. The Beatles kind of Abbey Road, Let It Be era, maybe a bit of fucking Revolver, or whatever, like experimental, but still sounding like a band in a room playing
all
instruments.
albums I've definitely listened to.
Cameron Winter, again, he's like the fucking, like, I don't know, he's like new Frank Ocean for fucking white indie kids. I don't know. That's how I would describe him. It's just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
yeah. It's like,
As a fan of Frank Ocean, I know exactly what you mean.
he sings lyrics that are objectively abstract, but then like, I don't think they're abstract at all. I kind of like can hear his lyrics and think I relate so much in so many little ways. But I think, again, trying to wrap this up, I feel like we talk about a lot about Geese, and again, a lot of people
It's
are
your
talking a lot about
pick.
Geese. It's my pick. But I would say the other song. I mean, we talked about the Republic of Loose reference, which I'm so thankful, Jack, that you pulled out Republic of Loose, because I literally have that in my notes there. It's like,
Yeah.
like Islands of Men, Laid Back Groove, almost reminds me of Republic of Loose circa 2004. It's
Yeah.
like- but yeah, I think the song that I would say is Opays de Cocaine, which
Yeah.
again, on my way over here, I was trying to research. I've just loved this song blindly without knowing any context or whatever. I was looking up, like, what does that title mean other than, like, you know, the
the
word
story's
cocaine
mad
is in
behind
it. And apparently there is a painting. I need to look. I have it on a tab here somewhere. Yeah. There is a painting by, is it Bruegel, called The Land of Cocagne,
Shows.
which
Oh,
apparently
It's a
is like
very bru-
Opays de Cocaine is a
brutal painting.
translation from, I think, German
show
or
us that again. Jesus.
anyway, the point being, like, the title is a play on words of, like, a translation of a title of a concept of a medieval idea of paradise.
Okay.
Cocagne in France was like the idea of paradise, where you never want for anything. You have everything you need at your fingertips. You live in a blissful land. And there are songs called Opays de Cocaine, which, again, cocaine is a narcotic that is, consumed by people illicitly, illegally. It is a thing. But the title stuck out to me when I looked at the track listing, whereas the song is the most simple ballad about someone who is trying to convince their partner or their ex to come back from the reality of this paradise land and come back to them.
Okay.
And I would say, if we were to listen to a bit, we can listen to the whole thing if you want. But I'd say listen to a bit
It's not that
is
long.
the second verse, where he just repeats the word, you can change. He just
You
keeps
hear-
singing, you can change.
I could have this completely wrong, but apparently the story of it is that Cameron Winter's mom, I think his dad was like, what's the word where you get multiple relationships?
Poly,
What's it called?
polyamorous.
Yeah, so the dad was polyamorous, like, but the mom wasn't, and I don't know. It's like,
That's just called cheating.
yeah. But he wanted to be polyamorous, and she didn't. Maybe I have this wrong. A friend of mine told
I
me.
thought it was the mother was polyamorous, to be honest. Again, from
So-
what I've heard of it, but
Maybe
who knows?
I have it arseways, but it's an interesting story behind it. So.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
let's-
that he grew up in a family where, again, he says that in one of the songs. Like, I want to. It's like talking about his sister and his brother and his like his wife and husband or whatever, and like how they're all fucked up by the world. I can't remember, I'm reading into it from my
Yeah.
memory.
But you're meant to.
Yeah, it was what I meant to. But yeah, Opays de Cocaine, I think, is the ballad of the year for me. It's so simple, it's so beautiful. And again, it comes in an album. Again, I love an album that has a journey musically, sonically,
Yep.
lands in a place where, like, this is the 8th track on this album. And
Bow
for me,
Down
it
is
just,
my
like,
favorite. Bow
Bow
Down.
Down's amazing.
Second most listened to track as well. On
Yeah, oh no, it's like a meme almost, this song at this point. Like,
Yeah.
Like a sailor in a big green coat. You can be free. You can be free and still come home. It's alright. I'm alright.
for me, that verse where he is singing "You Can Change" repeatedly, and again, this is an album where musically, the every member of the band will like fucking, free jazz, kind of change little parts, and like when a chorus comes back in, the drummer's doing something different, or like the guitars have changed or whatever. The fact that he's singing like "You Can Change" 10 times, and you can still choose me. He's not changing. You know what I mean? He's staying the same. He's saying, you can change, you can change, you can change, you can change, and still choose me. He's trying to pull someone back from outside. Like, again, when I was doing my research, like the cocagne or whatever, I can't speak French. Un peu de français, cocagne. But like, this was a medieval myth about paradise where you would have nothing you would lack for. So he's singing to someone to come back from where they have like they're in a place where they
No, they
need for
can't.
nothing.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Come back to me, and you know you can still choose me. But again, it's to me it's the ballad of the year, if not like the last 20 years. I love this song. It's been memed my whole algorithm. What are you saying, Jack?
Yeah, it's slowly creeping closer to like I'd say a couple weeks ago it was like my 6th favorite album of the year. Now it's like 4. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
really,
and again, the album doesn't let up in quality, I don't think.
Yeah.
It to be honest, my least favorite song is Taxes, which a lot of people have, like I know Dan Hoff, me and him have chatted about this album, and he was saying Taxes song of the year. And again, I love Taxes.
Whoa, that's the number one.
Yeah, but again, it's a fantastic song. But I personally have found in the listening to the album, like Islands of Men is a song that deals with like the idea of like looking at like masculinity and like being someone who, if someone is trans or whatever, and looking at the idea of masculinity as like some island you can't quite get to or whatever, but then like to turn around and acknowledge like your femininity and like make peace with that is like that's how I've interpreted that song. But I remember Dan talking to me because it was like a couple of days after this album came out, we were doing a DJ set in Dublin.
How was that? That was good fun.
It was. Yeah, you were at the DJ set.
He was disgusted to learn that I was at. Well, he wasn't disgusted. It was Dan, but he was when I told him that I was at the Jess Brennan dinner.
Oh yeah,
he was just like, "You weren't at that, were you?" I was like, "Yeah, I was fucking on the front of the Irish Times." He goes,
but he was
anyway,
the person. Sorry. He was the person that pointed out to me because again, I was too lost in the sauce of the first half of the album, and again, that song is on the second half, and he was like, "Yeah, the lyric of like a sailor in a big green coat, like a sailor in a big green boat," which again. Apparently sailors, it's a thing that sailors don't wear green. It's an unlucky color, so it's like it's bound for failure if you were a sailor and go out on a boat wearing green. Apparently, this is the mythology about again before the song or whatever. That's the thing, and a green boat.
Probably because it's impossible to spot you if you go overboard.
Maybe, but then again, blue is fine. Blue sailors wear blue.
Do they?
Yeah, Navy. I think in America they wear blue,
of course,
right?
Yeah, the Marines.
But then I love that the next song is it "Bow Down" is the next song, and it's like I was a sailor, I was a boat. Yeah, it's like he follows on from this like emotional song to a place of like I don't know what it is like. It's like he's kind of like the vocal is disconnected from the emotion of that last song and stating it as a fact, and he's like moving on from it. It's a fantastic album, I think. Again,
I think they're in that one. They're in that turnstile thing. We were saying that they're a movement now. They're a thing.
Totally,
yeah.
But I'd say what I find funny is like I loved their music before. Like I loved 3D Country, which again was not marketable at all, really.
No.
Like as a it was weird. Rolling Stones, as I describe, on meth or something. Like it was just weird, like weirdo fucking rock. A lot of jams, a lot of fucking and then his vocal just changing. Whereas in this album, I feel like his voice will stay consistent in a song where you will follow it. Whereas in 3D Country, his kind of vocal style, you could mistake it for being like 2 or 3 singers in one song because he just jumps around or whatever. I love this album. I know it gets a lot of hype, but I cannot deny it is the most listened to thing I've listened to. Even though it came out in September, it's still my top listened to according to the metrics.
Have you seen them live?
No, actually.
Have you?
Yeah. No, I'm going to though. I'm seeing they're playing Primavera, so I have that marked. Because all the like I know they're touring the UK in March, and I would 100%. They're playing with West Side Cowboy, I think, and I'd 100% try and make one of those dates, but all sold out. So I'm just
planning to go see them in Paris with West Side Cowboy in March.
That was the band, by the way, Bar. You were trying to remember. Remember, you were saying you were trying to remember a band that supported Sprints that were young and really good.
West Side Cowboy,
that was it. Yeah. Because Jack was singing their praises. Jack was like, they're fucking unbelievable.
Oh, they're amazing. Yeah.
They're like fucking 21 or something.
Yeah,
aren't they?
and they also, fun fact, they don't have phones. They have one band phone. I shouldn't be saying this, but I think it's really cute. They have one band phone that they all share. So when they need like messages or emails about their band or whatever, it's just like one phone.
They're probably better off, to be honest.
Yeah, literally.
Well, I keep having this conversation. Like if I was to have kids, it's like you're not getting a smartphone till you're 15.
But they decided they didn't want phones, and they have one phone as a band.
Fair fucks them.
Class.
Yeah.
I seen them in Borderline in the Workman's Cellar, and like one of them where it's like this time next year they're going to be way bigger. Right.
Does anyone know why sailors think green is unlucky?
Yeah.
Because it symbolizes
Yes,
land, tempting ships to run aground. And it's the starter link to green of mold on rotting ships, or the blue-green hue of dead sailor's skin, representing decay and death at sea.
Again, that's why I love, like, it was Dan pointed that out to me, the image of that chorus compared with the so stupidly simple "you can change," and what's the first lyric is that you can stay with me, and nobody will care or whatever. It's like he's pleading to someone to change, and then he describes himself as like a sailor in a big green coat, like heading for a disaster. But he's still, again, that's why I'm like, it's a ballad. For me, it's so economical with words, with lyrics, but the music, the emotion, the way the band all played together, for me is like 10 out of 10. I couldn't, and I was trying not to speak about them for this album thing, but I also thought that someone else would have talked about them.
No,
for
they've
album
been
one.
mentioned so many times in the podcast.
They're in my
I keep
honorable
having to go,
mentions.
yeah, geese are.
I'm also hoping Cameron Winter give us another solo album, maybe in December.
Yeah,
that would be lovely.
This one actually make it metal. But guys, I think we've been recording for 3 hours.
Have we actually?
I think so. I think we're
I'm
because
glad.
I warned you. I warned everybody. These episodes go on
Oh.
for very long. I'll tell you exactly how long we've been recording. 2 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours. So we've done all our album picks.
Do we have to fight for which is the album of the year now?
No, it's obviously Samia.
It's obviously Turnstile.
Because Jack was so on board with that one.
Oh yeah.
Album of the year out of all of them, to be honest, I'd probably give it to Geese, with just how
You've never listened to it.
I know, but with just
Yeah.
how much people are going like fucking hell.
But you could
'Cause I
say
think-
that if we
the funny thing
recorded
is-
this in June,
Okay.
you could, if we
Do you know
recorded
what,
it,
do you know what we can do? Do you know what we can do? What I find very interesting is album of the year does a
The
Metacritic.
website.
We can
Yeah.
look at the top 5 and see if we agree. How's that?
Okay.
look, I'm happy to concede Geese all day.
I mean, I'm happy to concede Turnstile because Turnstile has done something for heavy music that
Mm.
hasn't happened since, I don't know.
So guys, okay,
Years of
Zach,
my
you've
life,
just seen it there.
anyway.
So, right, we'll go through the top 5 albums of the year. We'll go through the top 5 because we've been going for a while, and we'll just see if we agree. Now, one of them I can already see straight away is one that I actually love. So the top
Highest rated is this?
the top-
is this
it's medic
critic
it's
or
medic
user? I wanna
Metacritic.
know-
Metacritic.
I want
It's-
user.
I think it's a clip.
I
of
want
both.
user reviews
Oh, well, then
though.
we'll
I don't
do
want.
user then. Yeah, it is. It's minimum reviews, genres.
Yeah, but is this
source all? No.
because again?
Is there a way to just do all? Is there a way to just do?
Well, it's Rosalia.
Yeah, it's Rosalia.
It's
Have you
incredible.
listened to that?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Unbelievable. This was the one that surprised me. Hayley Williams. Ego at a bachelorette party. I thought it was fine. Jack is silent. He hasn't listened to it.
Never been, never got into Paramore.
I have heard it weirdly.
You know who
It's-
Hayley
it's-
Williams is, though, don't you?
Oh yeah, lead singer Paramore. Yeah,
Sorry, Jack. Zach, I cut
No,
you
no,
off
no.
there.
Turnstile
Like,
brought her out. I
Sarah-
think. Yeah.
You know, I love Hayley Williams and
I know you do.
Paramore, and
Yeah.
but for some reason I haven't listened to it in full
It's
myself.
fine. It's good. It's fine.
But I've heard it, and I think it's class from what I've heard from when
Yeah,
friends
it's like
have
it's
played
it's a good record. Second album of the year, highest rated on album of the year. I wouldn't go that far.
Where's the user though?
Where's Pissgrave? Bad Bunny's album. I don't like reggaeton music. Gotta be honest.
Yeah,
with you, I
neither
don't
do
like
I.
it. Yeah. So
He's doing the Super
Hats
Bowl,
off,
isn't
listen,
he?
like-
now, as I said, the Lonely Island said this is one of the best albums of the year. Andy
Listen,
Samberg from the
I'm
Lonely
a
Island.
vegetarian, but if someone said this is the best steak of the year, I'd be like, fair enough.
Check it
I don't
out.
fucking know. I
There
listen to
we
reggaeton.
go. There's our
Your
queen.
country is
Yeah.
for yup,
And
Ireland.
then I don't know this one.
And in the Caldwells, oh man, they're amazing.
Don't know that one. Now, to
And,
be honest,
I don't know who is Annie or whatever, but it's a grandmother type figure with her daughters who sing soul funk kind of music.
oh shit!
Yeah,
Really?
it's really good. Yeah, I love this album. It's really good.
Jack, do you have any comments?
I hope Annie and the Caldwells go on to do
Well,
good
that's,
things.
That's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
We made it.
So on that note, I think we'll finish up here.
Pleasure.
Guys, thank you very much. Now, just I have one last little surprise for you before we finish up. I actually have a third album.
Hey, kept it in his back pocket.
Made an album.
Deaf Heaven. Pissgrave.
Pissgrave.
I've heard about
We're going to
these guys.
finally listen to Pissgrave.
I've heard about these guys.
In Heretic Blood, christened. On that note, we will leave it there.
You're scaring a cat. There's a cat here. My cat. I'll see if I can unblur the screen.
What's your cat's name?
That's the most metal thing ever, dude.
What's the cat's name?
Winnie.
Winnie.
Well, hello, Witty. Sorry for
I
scaring
can
you.
bring it over. Yeah, you've just
Oh, Winnie.
Witty!
you just woke up because of. Oh, here she goes. She's
Oh
been-
no, she left. And now, Jack, which was Winnie's favorite album?
What was the one bar the pop one?
The pop one was Samia Bloodless.
Yeah, she loves
Thank
Sammy.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. At least somebody liked it. But anyway, we'll finish up there. Any closing remarks, guys? And thank you very much, obviously, for coming on the podcast.
Turnstile.
Good. Man, a few words. Like it.
I would say there's a trend that produced polished music, while still good, has lost a little bit of the excitement
Agreed.
that other artists or bands have filled that excitement with people. And I think things are looking up in terms of music for human music. I would say human
Yeah.
music. I'll put my stocks on human music for the next 5 years, at least 5, and then after that, fuck knows, we're all fucked.
My closing remarks is I actually thought it was an extremely good year for music. And that it was a year for me. Normally for me, it's very extreme music for most of the year. This was the year I was just like, I'm going to listen to actually like chill stuff. And the chill stuff that came out was gorgeous. And they didn't get the time of day on radio or whatever, or commercial success. But exactly as you said, I was like, let's hope we see that more of that and more actually, let's get rid of this like fucking plastic pop shit that we hear all the time and actually start embracing better artists. And I think CMAT is a prime example of that.
CMAT.
Yeah, I think
is-
Prime
If I was-
example of that.
Yeah. If I was to do my serious closing remarks,
Turnstile.
yeah, I'm loving the sense of community we're getting with a lot of things, especially in the Irish music scene. Like, I think the fact that the three of us are sat down discussing music, and we're all, obviously you guys are friends, but I come from a very different music I grew
friends
up
with
on. Do you know what I mean?
I hate this.
Purely
game.
business and
Yeah.
purely business.
But you know what I mean? I think it's great. And like, aside from the actual music, in terms of what you do, Bar, and like what I do, it's great. Everyone's coming together and kind of keeping the thing going.
Well, Jack, do you want to announce it now? Because like this is gonna be one of the last episodes of the year.
Announce it. I don't know what it is.
Announce what?
Announce that shit.
Jack's gonna be joining me for podcast.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna because I do not I do my own thing with I make TikToks about music and then I do the Goo interviews, but I want to do more things like that. I'm actually doing my first interview in ages for the Goo on Thursday. Bit of a spoiler.
Fantastic. No, like because Jack's obviously he's much more knowledgeable about hip hop, and like that's one of the things that this show does not have. So
Yeah.
Jack's going to join me on for a few of my episodes, and then he's going to do his own hip hop episodes as well.
I feel like, Jack, your experience of hip hop, which I have obviously like seen and been like enjoying hip hop for the last but like if I was 7 years younger,
Hip hop would be the thing.
yeah,
It would,
there was
yeah.
just such back-to-back incredible albums every year.
But you know what? I feel like I've pigeonholed myself with the Goo because I do the hip hop column, and like as I said, aside from clips, like there has been good hip hop, but I'm way more into Idols, Model Actors, Turnstile, things like that. Like so, but yeah,
It's like do you like Denzel Curry?
yeah, I love Denzel Curry. Yeah, see him.
I feel like Denzel Curry for me is like
He's the best.
He
for
gives
me, he's the best at the moment. Yeah.
the absolute like rawness, like the energy in his rap style and his in the delivery of lines again. Like, and he's got somewhat interesting things to say, but like overall the music,
It's just
That Kenny Beats collaborative album. Second album.
Oh
I ever bought
yeah,
on-
yeah.
Second album I ever bought on vinyl. Holy fuck!
Yeah.
Is it?
No, what's it? Isn't no diet one of the
But
songs?
now he's
on it?
called Kenneth
Yeah.
Bram or something.
And he
Wait, is
produced
his
the
name?
Geese. He produced the
He
Geese.
produced Geese. He produced
Yeah.
Geese.
Did he?
He's changed his name from being Kenny Beats to like his actual name.
Yeah,
because
Kenneth
he's
something.
been
Yeah.
like more recently has been producing just
Yeah,
like
he did an Idols album for
again.
fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not trying to say hip hop is not music, but it's like he's producing more like classically like band in a room music, whereas
Yeah.
like you
He
know
did a Trash Talk EP.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
but again, and like he's like, even I was talking to Daniel Fox the other day, and he was like, yeah, like Kenny Beats, like, is one of these guys where it's like everything he seems to touch, it doesn't matter what style it is, he's just doing music right. Like,
Jesus, Daniel saying that.
yeah,
Jesus
like,
Christ.
You know what? And I'll say that about you mentioned Daniel Fox. If I want to see one thing in 2026, I fucking need new Gilliban music.
oh,
I think you'll see it. I think you'll see
it's
it.
happening.
Yeah.
Like,
Whether
see,
it
I
be
went to
or 2027, but I know they're doing something.
27. You mad? Because I went to the Workman's show and the One in Spirit store, and they are like, they're my favorite Irish band ever. And the new songs just sound mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I need
they
a
played
demo.
Have they played? I didn't see the shows. I was away, but did they play at any point a song called Hawaiian Shirt?
They could have. They
But
could've.
when I saw them, did they not? You know what, lads? It doesn't matter. No, we have to finish. It's fucking be 3 hours long. if we keep going.
You gotta cut this down. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for being on the podcast.
No problem.
Appreciate you guys, obviously, massively. And that's us.
Yo, Barra, what are we talking about this week? New tune, who did? What's good? Your new tune, who did? Let me tell you about the tunes we be fucking with. Barra C and it poppin' with the heavy shit. You got Zac Steve, musical analysis. We gush about the albums and we don't stop. Bubba Charlie XCX and a kinda pop. I love it when I hear the sound of the needle drop. Scratch your records and we skipping any small talk. Shit's wild, yo. But not really. It's just two nerds being nerds.